Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Come on in, like the live, share the live. I hope everybody's having a great morning. What's up? Good morning. I hope all the lovely Black American women had a great Mother's Day weekend. We back to the grind, y'all. I hope y'all had a great time over the weekend. Got some nice gifts. Was treated to a nice time. Good morning, sweet dreams. Good morning, everyone. Come in, like the live, and share it. And this morning we're going to be talking about why do Pan-Africans and melanated immigrants expect Black Americans to take the high road when Black Americans are being disrespected by Africans, Caribbeans, Hispanics, etc., etc. Why are we always the people that they come into our lives and try to talk us down from just speaking on the facts? Because I I mean, we can get disrespectful if we're being disrespected, but we don't go around bothering these melanated immigrants. We don't go around bothering these Hispanics. They come effing with us. So when we decide to respond back to the disrespect, all of a sudden everybody is telling us, well, you shouldn't do it. You know, they excuse me, infantilize these people. They treat them like they're fucking babies. But we have panelists, so we'll speak to the panelists. Sub,
Good morning.
good morning. Where you from? What's your ethnicity, ma'am?
I'm from New York. I'm Black American. I live in Atlanta.
Okay,
Um,
wait. You said you're from New York. Are you sure you have no immigrant background, ma'am?
1000% sure I have no
Okay.
immigrant
We
background.
just got sometimes double check and triple check with people in New York and Atlanta, but uh, go ahead. You can speak.
My thing is though, I feel like we talk about this every day, but like when are we gonna put a plan in action?
Well,
Because
hold on.
this is serious.
The plan is delineation, so that plan is already in action.
That's okay, but that's not enough. When are we going? We need to have our own
Well,
community, our own things, our own
well,
food, our
actually,
own everything.
we do have that already. All these things it already exist.
We don't have those things.
Yes, we do. It's already Black American communities all over America.
No, we don't have those things. Atlanta's not even a black community anymore.
Listen, man.
So we don't
Hold
have
on.
those things.
Let me finish. It's Black American communities all over America. Like, what are you talking about, ma'am?
You're not listening to what I'm saying because you guys always want to talk. Nobody ever wants to do
Well,
action. Again, what's the
I
action?
heard,
What are the
I heard,
plans?
I heard what you said. All right, and the things that you're talking about, they already exist.
No, they don't. Y'all can sit here and be in delusion as
Okay,
much as
so
you want.
all it takes is for you to go on Tea Time, and you can go on Google and find out, do Black American communities exist all over America?
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
I
But
heard. Look,
okay.
man. All right, let me say it one more
You're
time.
not listening to what I'm saying.
Okay, so
And it doesn't matter. You can
okay,
sit here and
say
say,
it
okay,
again.
Baldwin Hills has a lot of people and black people in California. That's not what
Mhm.
I'm talking about. Again, when are we going to have our own things? You're talking about separate
What
island
what
communities,
own
whatever.
things?
I'm
What?
saying, when are we
Hold
going
on.
to have?
What own things do you mean, ma'am? Because I've already explained that it's Black neighborhoods, it's Black businesses all throughout America. All these things that you're speaking about, it already exists.
Yeah,
Once
Like what?
again, Harlem is not a black place. Atlanta is not a black place. So
it,
again, y'all can
it,
keep sitting here and being in denial if you want to.
where do, ma'am, where do tarot cards come from?
What does that have to do with anything and what we're talking
I'm
about?
trying to show you art. I'm trying to paint a picture for you. Where do tarot cards come from?
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Ma'am,
No, that has nothing to do with what
follow
we're
my
talking
logic.
about.
Follow my logic. Don't be
That has nothing
emotional,
to do with what we're
ma'am.
talking about. I said, what is the plan? Tarot cards don't have nothing to do with this plan.
Sub,
Listen,
can we have a
listen.
genuine conversation? Like nobody
She
is
just
trying
seemed
to be
angry.
hostile with you,
Nobody
man.
who's angry because I don't
All
want
right,
to
hold
answer
up,
your question about tarot.
Ma'am, you
calm
don't want to
down,
have a
man. Let me say
conversation.
this
You
real
just want to
quick.
be
Nobody.
angry.
Let me say this really quick. Look, sir, we're trying to have a conversation with you. Whether we agree or disagree, we can still have a respectful conversation. So whatever hostility you have, can you release it? And we can just have a conversation, please?
Who's being because I don't want to answer his question about tarot. I'm hostile. That doesn't even make any
Well,
sense.
no, it's just your whole attitude on the panel.
I
Now,
don't have an attitude on the panel because
I
I'm
can't
telling you
make
not to
you.
be delusional and I'm trying to figure out what the plan is.
I'm just trying to figure out how I'm being delusional when you can easily find out this stuff that you're speaking about. It already exists. And then also, why would we get on an open forum and talk strategy, ma'am?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
not.
so I guess y'all don't have one exactly.
You don't.
Y'all
No, you
don't
don't. No,
have
you're
one.
just. Are you mad at ma'am? Are you mad because you don't have a plan?
I'm not. So
Like, what are you
this
talking
is
about,
funny. So now we going from tarot, and now you did.
ma'am? Because you're
We're not. What are you
angry.
talking about?
It's
Nobody's
ma'am. It's
angry.
9:16 on the East Coast, 6:16 on the
Nobody
West
is
Coast, and you
angry.
You don't even, ma'am.
Nobody's
You don't,
angry. What did I say that
ma'am.
was angry? You're
Ma'am. I'm
projecting.
not even done
You're
talking. Ma'am,
projecting. You're
ma'am,
projecting.
ma'am, ma'am,
You're
ma'am,
projecting.
ma'am. What does your husband think about this?
What is that? Yo, this is fucking crazy. So do
Exactly.
y'all actually want to have a conversation or
D.
no?
I can't even make a point because she's so
Yeah.
angry and bitter
Nobody's
about her
angry.
own.
Who's angry or bitter? No, who's angry or bitter? Nobody's angry or bitter.
Ma'am.
You coming
Nobody's
off.
angry or bitter. You have no
Respectfully,
way to say that. You're just
ma'am. I
projecting.
tried to ask you two
Nothing that
questions.
I
All you've
said
done
was
is,
angry. Nothing that I said was bitter. Nothing that
Look, he's trying to have
Could
a
you? So you can't
conversation
even
with you.
stop talking for 5 seconds to have a conversation. You're obtuse, you're angry, you're bitter, and you are intellectually just short-sighted right now. I'm asking you anytime I ask a question, I don't ask it. I don't ask it. Ma'am, I don't
Because why are
understand.
you
Did you,
asking me about tarot?
if
Like
you woke
you
up,
can't even answer the question. You can't even answer the question.
ma'am.
You can't even
I'm
answer
not
the
even calling
question
out your name, and
because
you just,
tarot has not. See, why would you try to call me out of my name?
ma'am.
Why are you trying to call me out of my name?
Ma'am.
You can keep
Look at
saying ma'am or whatever you want
ma'am. This
to.
might
Hey,
work.
It's
sub,
not
look,
going
hold
to
on.
do
All
it.
right, sub, look, it's his turn, so just let him speak.
This is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to ask her a lot of questions. All she does is go around in a circle. I don't ask a question. Ma'am, you've already showed the host that you don't want to have, even if I answered your question, all you're going to do is be disingenuous and be like, that's not a plan. It's not a plan. It's not a plan. So, ma'am, there's no point in having a conversation with you if you're just going to be immature, short-sighted, and emotional. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what's good, Uncle Tom? I don't know what her issue is. It's just you just seem very angry and bitter, man. What's good,
No, I
Jesse?
don't, and you don't have any justification for saying that. No, I don't. You can sit here and project all you want to, but I haven't even said anything. All I asked was, "What
Moving
was the
on from
plan?"
you,
And you're
ma'am.
mad about it. And then
You
you
don't
brought
want to
up
have a
tarot,
conversation.
so you can
You
keep
want to,
projecting all you want.
you don't
You
want to
can try to
talk.
call
You
me
want to be
whatever you
bitchy.
want. You have no evidence for it. I simply asked what the plan was, so you can be upset all day if you want to.
Maybe you should look at your tarot cards. The future's there.
That has nothing to do with it. And see, you're trying to be, you're trying to be
Ma'am, you don't want to
rude,
have
and
a
you're saying
conversation,
that
so I'm
I
about to
am.
roast your stupid ass. That's what's
So
about to happen.
again, we can act like adults or not.
The
You
plan
can
the
act
plan is
like
in
an
your tarot
adult or
cards. The
not
plan is on your
because
forehead since you don't want to listen.
no, listen to what you're asking
You
me
don't,
about
ma'am, you
tarot that
don't,
has
ma'am,
nothing to do
you
with
don't
anything.
want
So you can stop
this, ma'am,
projecting if you want
you're
to.
so bitchy. You
So
don't even want to stop talking for
bitchy
5
about
seconds.
what? You don't
You're,
have
there we go. There we go.
you have nothing to
D
back
Mobby,
up
bro.
those
Yo, let me get a
statements.
mod on this page,
You
bro.
have nothing to back up those statements, so you're
I can tell you the
projecting.
plan, and you still, I could write the plan on your hand. You still fuck it up.
You don't even know me.
Ma'am, I don't have to know you to know that you're
Yeah,
unbearable, unlikable.
panel.
Because you don't even want you, ma'am. You can't even stop talking for 5 seconds to allow anybody to have a conversation. All you want to do is go. There's no plan. There's no plan, ma'am. We could have a conversation
about me and
you
what I
can't
did
even,
about
ma'am. Use some of that alchemy and close your mouth.
So you can be mad. I don't have to do anything. Why are you? And you sitting here laughing and jingle.
I'm laughing at you. I'm laughing at a mental patient who can't have a conversation.
Crazy. This shit is crazy. And then you got
is that what your card? Is that what your card said? Is that what your card said? Is that what the card said? Is that what your Yu-Gi-Oh card said?
I'm not feeling your energy.
Again,
I'm not feeling your energy, man.
You're not sublime or divine. You're not sublime or divine. You just an asshole.
We're just trying to have a conversation
and ask.
All right, look, lady, we're not gonna keep going back and forth.
That might work on a nigga that's like low energy. The niggas that you like, that circular gaslighting, I don't want to answer questions. That might work.
What do men have to do with?
Ma'am, you don't want to answer
questions. Don't jump up here jumping off your mic, man.
Yeah. We got other people. We got other people.
Now you're talking.
Hold on,
man. We got other people. Stop being rude.
Oh, nothing.
All right, look, Sub. Hold on, real quick. If you don't want to have a conversation, you can get the fuck out of here. God damn.
She don't, bro. That's obviously I don't got a man. The only way I can get attention is arguing random niggas on the internet.
Jesus Christ, that's crazy. All right, y'all.
Is she black? Is she black? You know what she looked like? You know that little dragon from that used to be on ABC, not the mama. She looked like one of those.
Oh yeah, Dr.
That's weird. Did y'all go on her page?
Not the mama.
She's like a little Muppet. Right, she's like a little Muppet. Did y'all go on her profile to see what she looked like? Because she definitely not black like us.
But yeah, I asked her, I did double
weird.
She said she was Black American, so I ain't give too much pushback.
Not
she is from
like
New York,
that.
though. She said, so attack me for what?
We don't look like
Nobody
that.
is attacking you, lady. You came up here with a nasty attitude for no reason. I told you that we could have a conversation even if we disagreed. And you didn't want to have that conversation. So now you can be in the audience, but don't lie. No one attacks you.
Uncle Tom's daughter had a question for her. I was waiting for her to ask that question.
Oh, you can still ask it. She's still in the audience.
That's Uncle Tom's niece.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't read the whole thing.
This is my thing, right? Every time Americans, Black Americans, true Americans, we reach out, for this community because let's be real, the real Black diaspora is in the United States. Because Black Americans in New York got a different culture from Black Americans in Georgia, got a different culture from Black Americans in Texas, got a different culture from Black Americans in Chicago. So we have all of these different communities and all of these different congregations and communities and a mix and mash up of cultures that I'm in Toledo and we do shit different from people in Cleveland. You get what I'm saying? So what type of all Black, what I wanted to ask Curry is like, what did you want, like one whole half of the country to be Black and the other half to be everybody else? Or?
Let me say this real quick, Uncle. Sub, you're not connecting, so drop down and I'll just send you an invite if you can hear me. Go ahead, Uncle. My bad.
I don't know. Like, I appreciate the differences in all of our Black cultures. I was born in New York, so I go to New York all the time. I've experienced Black American culture in Georgia. I've experienced Black American culture in Tennessee, Ohio, Chicago, Michigan, Texas. I love the differences. I love the differences in our culture, and I respect and I appreciate all of the differences in our culture. So, Sublime, like, what are you talking about? Like, what do we need, a whole Black state?
Sub, did you hear a question for you?
Because I feel like if all of the Black Americans from all of these different states was to come and merge together, that would change and dilute and erase culture from different areas and different regions.
That's a bad idea anyway, for us to all consolidate to one area. That just opens us up to be sabotaged.
Yeah. Okay. So sub, can you hear?
They will come and invade and destroy us if we were to all go to one state.
Right. And
It
everybody
would be
like,
so easy to sabotage us.
yeah,
The key is everybody has to get on code. There has to be a cultural revolution where everybody jumps on board and stay where you're at.
and
Just
that's
hop
just
on.
not going to happen. We're not going to ever get 100% of everybody to get on code at
We
one time.
need like
But
70.
yeah, I mean, long as like it's a thing called critical mass, and as long as we have that, we're good.
Yeah,
But
the 3.5, the 3.5, what you call always work for us.
But if we all went to one place, that would be terrible. We would get sabotaged. They would start redirecting funds, super gerrymandering. They would run that in the ground, and then if it ended horribly,
Sublime was under the impression.
Moving businesses out. There would be extra white flight, so we wouldn't have access to any businesses, not our own, not anybody else's. And then when it all came crashing down, they'd be like, "Look at the blacks. Look at them."
Yes, she doesn't realize that's part of overall strategy, economic like protection for your people is to be dispersed in a way that you can protect each other. But she just thinks that black American
on what I speak because I never had a chance to even speak.
Ma'am, you didn't want to have a conversation. Let me finish land my plan. I'll let you speak. Because people see ma'am. You think black America stop, ma'am. Let me land my plan real quick, and you can speak.
So
stop, ma'am.
You're going to be allowed to speak. Let him finish.
D.
Then you can go right
back. Yo.
She asked me a question.
All right, he's a mod, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you wait your turn? 3 seconds. God damn, yo, this.
Yeah, and a lot of after she asked that question, it was like a pause before anybody jumped in. You never came off your mic.
Like no self-control.
Ma'am. I asked you, did you hear the question that she asked you? Then nobody jumped in. So when he finished, you can answer the question. Just relax.
You know what? I'll throw a dog a bone. Go ahead, shorty, because you clearly just, God damn, this is your whole life right now.
Subline, do you remember the question that was posed to you?
Yes, I do remember the question that was posed to me. And then other people started speaking. So
all right, answer the question, please.
No, so Uncle Tom, whatever, I can't see what the rest of her name said. She said, do you think that we should be all together? I wouldn't say necessarily concentrated in one big area. No, because that would be allowing us to be under attack. We don't have an army. We don't have arms of things of those nature. So that's why I'm asking. That's why I came up here. What was the plan?
Are you asking for sovereignty? Everybody to get on code. Each one teach one. There's a lot of people like in Toledo, TikTok is not as big as it is in other places. So I've talked to a lot of people in the neighborhood who are oblivious to this conversation. Like they didn't even know the conversation was being had. You get what I'm saying? So it's each one teach one. Open up the eyes of those whose eyes are closed. Just like my brother said, we can't get 100% of nobody, or no group of people is going to all agree on the exact same thing. But I see this shift. Like, by my understanding, the FBA conversation has been had for the past few years now. The first time I've heard of it was after Juneteenth, right? So it's each one teach one. Everybody get on code, support Black Americans and everything. Support Black Americans who are making strides to better the Black American community. Let me say that, right? Because we have those coons that are going to side with interests that are against our interests as a whole to line their own pockets, right? So not only do we support Black American businesses, we remove support from anti-American businesses, right? We remove support. Not only do we give Black American entertainer support, we remove support from entertainers who are taking opportunities from Black Americans. Like as of right now, I don't like it started off with me not supporting, like the Black British actors playing Black American roles, right? But since they're so disrespectful, now I'm not supporting anything that they're in at all. Flat out. I'm not watching anything with Cynthia Erivo now. I'm not watching anything with Idris Elba now. I'm not watching anything. If they're playing a Black American role and they're not a Black American, I'm not watching anything that they playing now. So I mean, like we all just gotta, we gotta do our part. We have to do our part.
Right?
She dropped.
Yeah, she fled. That's what they usually
Because like
do.
I said, and then you got to be careful. Like me, I was born in New York, right? You got to be careful with the New Yorks because it's a lot of FBA in New York. But there are also a lot of others in New York. And we so deep into this immigration shit that a lot of black skinned people in New York, even if one of their parents are FBA, a lot of them have another parent that isn't. So it's always gonna be them dual allegiances and alliances. But that's why I noticed that pure FBA from New York, they be like the hardest fighters. Like the two black American parents from New York, that area, they be the hardest fighters because they know like it's a lot of imposters that's just lurking. It's a lot of imposters in the black neighborhoods in New York just lurking. But I'm gonna let somebody else speak.
Oh yeah, that's why I say we double it, triple check when people say they from New York and shit. But yeah, that's definitely a fact.
My only thing when she said support black businesses is a lot of the black restaurants, the prices be too high. Like there's a place where I live for some cornbread, some yams, some greens, mac and cheese, and oxtails. It's like $47.
What's the reason for that? That's not something that's not done on purpose.
You say oxtails? That might be a Jamaican.
Oxtails?
That might
No,
be
no,
a
no, no.
that might be a
No, this
Jamaican
is soul
spot.
though. This is a soul spot because you can get the oxtail dinner, you can get the turkey leg dinner, or you can get it with a fried chicken. And it's like the oxtail one is like $47. They got like this special Kool-Aid. It's
Well, we
good.
can't
Is
really
it
say that,
worth
bro, because
it?
I'll say this.
Here's my question: is it worth it? Is it worth it? I
It
don't think
actually
there's
kind of
nothing
is.
wrong
I'm
with
not gonna lie.
supporting a
It
black.
is. I feel bad every time I buy it,
So why are you
but it's
complaining about the price?
delicious.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because I stopped going to Connie Chong and them in 2009 for my nails. I go to a Black American tech. She's been doing my nails for 17 years. She is more expensive than going to the Asian shop, but she's worth the price. Does she take her time? Of course she take her time. She's not as quick as they are, but the product is right. So I think that
They
we
got this
should
Kool-Aid. They got this Kool-Aid at this
support
place. I don't
the
know what they do with it.
businesses.
They got this Kool-Aid at this place. I don't know how the hell they make it, but for a gallon of it, it's like $17. But I don't know how they do it.
May I ask,
It's
is it Black
good.
American owned?
Yeah. No, it's like good.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
It's real
can
I
you
good.
ain't
support
complaining about
them?
prices of food because I spend
When you
$50
mix it with
every time I
alcohol,
go to Chick-fil-A. Every time I go to Chick-fil-A, I need the 30-piece nugget. I need a large family size mac and cheese, and I need a gallon of lemonade. So if I spend $50 with Chick-fil-A, I will spend $50 with a Black American who took their time to pick and clean some greens and then do all the steps and all the processes it takes for the oxtails to be scrumptious. I am not complaining about no Black American charging what they're worth. Anytime you go out to eat hibachi, every time I go out to eat hibachi, I'm spending over $50.
Hold on, wait a minute. It's Black American restaurants in Philadelphia. You ain't leaving without paying $500.
Oh no, never. It's
Like
over with. I'm
you got
sorry.
to dress a certain way to even walk in.
You
I'm
talk.
cool.
You talking about like a
that's like
sit down.
that's
You talking
fancy.
about like a yeah. You talking about something like that. Okay, I get what the other person is saying, but if the food is quality, then it should be worth it. You know.
I'm not paying $50 for somebody's walking taco across the street off their grandma's house, but
Right.
hey, if you like I said, I hate making greens. I make greens probably twice a year.
But that was my
So
point of
if collard greens is on the menu and I'm getting a nice good serving of them, good juicy with the smoked turkey meat in there, seasoned right, macaroni and cheese hitting right, yeah, I got 50 for that plate all day.
That was my point of making. My point is that no matter how much it is, we need to support our businesses. Don't complain about it. Just support. If you think the customer service is horrible, speak to the owner, speak to the manager. If the owner's not in, and say, hey, I didn't like my customer service. I really want to support you, but your customer service is off, and that's going to put a bad taste in people's mouth. They're not going to want to come here. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing that. You got to continue to support their businesses, huh?
the
I was
other
gonna say
groups of people,
Kiki Lolo is right because look at the turkey leg hut. They was on some bullshit, and then they basically they lost all their businesses in Texas because they didn't want to listen to the community. They wanted to upcharge and upsell. And I'll say to your point, Johnson, Black Americans, our business may have higher supply costs. Remember, we don't have the same connections in terms of the supply chain like other ethnic groups do. So that's why sometimes our prices are a little bit high. But like Kiki Lolo said, the price and the service has to make sense. But I'm not paying $100 for no fucking wings, bro. Like I'm not doing that. But
the $17 gallon of Kool-Aid I was telling y'all about, it's like perfect when you put with like tequila. Like if you buy it, take it home, you put on ice with some tequila. It's like perfect. And they got
they probably make it fresh every day. Probably that's more than likely. With juice like that, you have to make it fresh every day.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all.
No. The store might have it late. No. Uncle Tom, I'm saying it might be marketed as Kool-Aid, but they might have their own juice thing where they make it. That's why they charge it $17.
Yeah, now if it's different,
that's a marketing
thing. Using
thing.
Real fruit and all that stuff, but just to put a pack of Kool-Aid, some sugar, I ain't paying $17 for that. That's me. But
when I go back, I'm gonna ask them how they do it. It's wild, bro.
And come back and let us know. Come back and let us know.
I've paid $10 for this lady make fruit tea, where she make a good sweet tea, and then she got the peaches and the maraschino cherries and the grapes popping off, couple lemon slices. Yeah, I paid $10 for a big cup of that, but I'm not paying $15 for no Kool-Aid. So
right. But let me I want to hold on. Go ahead, Love and Life. At the Love and Life, we're gonna go to Ray, Kim, and Princess. All right, go ahead, Love and Life.
Yeah, nobody. That's what I was going to say. Like our margins are too high. We don't get the same loans or intake as everybody else. So if all of our businesses, all of them are going to be higher. Even me, like I do my own thing. I'm higher. I have to make higher prices. We can't compete.
Our exchange rate costs are totally different. Like our opportunity costs are so different. Like what we have to pay for like napkins, plates, and a whole bunch of other shit. People don't think about how that stuff affects us. But Ray, what's good? Ray was good though, bro. That's the homie. He EFBA.
Yeah, you already know I'm okay.
Yeah, what's up, man? So, like, I want to touch on that. Like, yeah, I understand that the cost of, like, I would say, like, the food may be high, but you have to understand, like, that those, the money that that they're charging you. I mean, I would say the food that they're charging you, that money is going towards the operational costs because they don't really have, I would say, the support. They don't have like the resources that other immigrants that come here does. Like, if you go to Philadelphia or you go to New Jersey or New York. You see like a lot of Crown Chicken spots that's owned by the Arabs, by Middle Eastern people. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like Crown Chicken, like that sell our own soul food. You know, like they have the resources and they've been here for like damn near 30 or 40 years and stuff like that. So it's very important to like support your own. And like I understand that it can be like too high, but at the same time, like you still need to support your own. I suggest that you need to level up, get your money up. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to like be good at finances. Get a new job or some higher paying job. Like you need to get you need to level up. You need to get your weight up.
That's easier. That's easier said than done, man.
No, it's not.
We can also. Oh, I'm sorry.
It is easier said. You can't just tell a motherfucker to go get a good job. Like that's just it's easier said than done. You said what?
We can start off small, like the lady, like the girl in the project.
Do you live in a real world or in a pretend world?
Ray, these days, it is because even the dollar's not even as powerful as it used to be in the 80s, bro. So that is kind of true, bro. That's why it's like the value of the dollar for even what Kiki Lolo was saying or Uncle Tom was saying or 11 Life was saying, like the sanctity of the black businesses we don't even get the same loans. Like even during COVID, a lot of black American businesses didn't get PPP, but a lot of fucking YT folks scammed that bitch and they don't got to pay nothing back.
Yeah, and immigrants as well.
oh my God, bro! They came up during COVID.
Right.
You wonder why we don't have to. We can start off small. You get what I'm saying? Like every time I go to the projects, I find who's selling plates. Well, we know who the dirty ones is and not. Yeah. But you support the people in the project selling plates. Support this. Support is support is support. Every time you spend money, anything that you do that you making money off of, that is a job or a business, whether you got a name brand behind it or not. Real talk, man. Support the penny candy lady in the neighborhood.
Ain't
The only
nobody.
thing I get from these corner stores, the only thing I actually spend money on at a gas station or a corner store is my nicotine habit. Any treats and snacks I want, man, it's penny candy ladies in every neighborhood I go to.
Yeah.
True.
And if it ain't none where you at, hey man, you know somebody, the older lady that don't really get around that much, help her out. Hey grandma, you up all day, you nosy, you sit on the porch all summer long, sell some penny candies. Sell a couple Debbie snacks, make some lemonade. We got you. We can
Right, but
start
see,
small. It don't
I
always gotta be big.
I think kind of what Ray saying. I don't know if he is like really counting the fact that it's a lot of illegal immigrants that came into the country, and now they work in some of these jobs, and they taking lower wages. So it's just not easy to just tell a person to just go find a better job. Like that's what I was speaking about.
Now I'll say now just what you just said, right, Ray? I'll say this, right, for New York, they don't give us the same allotment on permits and shit for like food or whatever like that. I can tell you, as someone, they told me it was going to take 6 months for me to get a food permit, bro. Like what 2021, 22? All these Mexicans and Venezuelans got one. They got fast track, but that's the even when Ancestor, on the Ancestor in the comments, even when we do group economics, right? People aren't being open minded to the fact that like to what Uncle Tom said, they don't want to help the small people, or even then when they're ready to expand, they don't know that they think to sell their thing off when they keep it in the community. Keep it relatively small. Don't sell off to no corporation. So we're not even having a real supply side economic conversation at the end of the day. Texas different. DJ, it's kind of like, because my mom's from Texas, so I know certain areas of Texas. It's they getting gentrified, or they're basically selling out to like Mexicans because there's no black people in the area no more.
The other groups too.
That's crazy.
Many of the people in the other groups have the mindset like to consciously and not support anything we do. I'm not sure if y'all know that or not.
What?
Yeah.
They do. They
Definitely,
don't. He right about that. They don't
It could be
support
the most
anything that we
amazing
do.
thing in the world, but they'll actively be like, I'm not gonna support it.
It is some. I'll say it's some parts like that. It's some parts like that.
No,
like that in the South,
many of them walk around with that mindset.
It's the newer crop of people. Like I'll say from like, it's the immigrant kids, people from certain parts of the metro. They don't have Southern hospitality. So to your point, they're not linking with the community. They just want money and they just want to dip out.
You know
I'm
what,
saying
though?
when a black person starts something, there's a certain amount, like there's like a certain sector of non BOK Americans who have this mindset that look at our stuff and be like, I don't want to support that just because it's us.
I mean, you got a
Oh, you
point, because
talking
look at how they
about
treated Nick
non-black.
Darnell, the Black Grinch.
Oh,
You got a
God.
point, but that's why we have to support ourselves. Now, one thing we fail to realize and we forget to mention: ain't nothing cool until we say so, right? So all of this anti-black music that we got against ourselves, the FR baby mama and baby daddy conversations,
That
the
ain't got
drill
nothing to do
music,
with it. Don't even bring
it
that
do
up.
though, because
No, it
ain't nothing
don't.
cool in this country until we make it cool.
That is just music. That ain't
What
got
do you
nothing to
mean that
do.
is just
That ain't
music?
got
Do you
nothing to
know
do
Nelly? Hold
with
on, hold on.
people running
Do you
around
know
doing whatever
the
they
price of
do.
Air Forces
Stop bringing
rose
that up.
tremendously after Nelly
Bring.
came
I
out with the
hate
Air
when people
Force One
bring that
song?
shit up. The music, the
Can I ask
music.
like a
Y'all
question?
doing
Wait,
it to
hold on.
yourselves. Like that's so
Let
little
me
So
minded.
hey, Ray, are you somewhere you can write that down real quick? Because once I get to Kim and Princess, we're gonna open the panel up. So if you can write it down or remember it, we'll get right back to you. I just want to get
I got you.
huh?
I got you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, so we're gonna go to Kim, then Princess, and then we'll open the panel.
Yeah, sorry, I'll be really quick, but
We're
when I
really
first
hold on
joined,
first. Where you from? What's your ethnicity? And then go
Black
ahead.
American, currently in Georgia, but I was born and raised in New York.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Go ahead.
When I first joined, there was like a discussion on soul food, and I just wanted to make everyone aware because at least especially in New York, where a lot of spots it will say soul food, but it is not run by us. So I just really wanted to highlight that because a lot of times we're judging places, but they're not even run by us. It's usually someone who's Caribbean or someone who's like African. So I wanted to highlight that. But then also Ray touched on something that I also wanted to expound on, which is around operating margin. The reason, and a lot of the issues that we're talking about auto corrects itself when we start to support Black businesses. Part of, or should I say, what contributes to those high prices is that operating margin. And the more of us that support these businesses, the more income they're getting per hour to where they don't have to increase their prices as high. But right now, because they're not getting the amount of services that they need to keep it at a certain cost, that's why they have to increase those costs. And so with that, the more we support those businesses, the more we're able to now have employees that are ourselves, right, that have a certain salary. And from there, other things that we're talking about auto corrects itself. Even when we talked about, these other people also have connects. Well, then we need to put people all throughout that supply chain when it comes to napkins and things of that sort. Like we have to start saying, okay, if there's a problem here, someone needs to create a business within that industry so we can have control over it. Because right now we can't let the excuse be because these restaurants are high, we should not support. If you are not able to purchase from these restaurants, then cook at home. But the answer shouldn't be, well, we can't afford these places, so then we're gonna purchase from these other communities. Like we have to remain disciplined, where it's like, okay, either you support Black businesses or you eat at home. But the alternate of, I'm gonna just go to this Chinese food spot, that's where we are now feeding back into the issues that we have today. So that's just my opinion. Even when it comes to fruit punch, like for me, well, not fruit punch, but Kool-Aid, I probably wouldn't pay $17 for Kool-Aid, but there's something else on that menu that you can purchase. And after a while, they'll get the hint. If they see that the Kool-Aid ain't selling, they'll either take it off their menu, right? Or they'll sit there and look at the price again. But we have to, as someone else mentioned, continue that conversation with these business owners so we make sure that they remain in business, they're being supported to keep their stuff at a certain price, so everything else corrects itself as well. So that's just my opinion.
Okay, thank you. And Black Americans, if y'all still eating out of them dirty, hold on real quick. If y'all still eating out them Chinese restaurants, it's something wrong. Because you can make this stuff yourself at home, and you will actually know what the meat is. But go ahead. You want to say something real quick, right? Then we're gonna go to Princess.
Yeah. I want to say something real quick. Two things, and the a very important business. Also, they also have to pay. They're also leasing property.
Damn, you breaking up, bro.
Cutting out, Ray.
They all leasing that property.
Yeah, you breaking up, bro. Can you hear me, Ray?
You hear me now?
You sound a lot better.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, you sound better. Go ahead.
All right. Also, they're also leasing that property to somebody that owns that building. So like not only are they have to pay operation costs, they also have to pay for the building. They have to pay off the lease. And the second thing is y'all need to stop eating those goddamn food from these Chinese places. Bro, you don't know what the hell they are feeding you. They might be feeding you goddamn like possum booty. They might be feeding you goddamn raccoon testicles. You do not know what the hell they are feeding to your kids. For real, one Chinese spot somewhere in Philly got busted because they had some type of meat that they were serving to some people, like rodents and some shit like that. Like they walked in the restaurant asking for a General Tso chicken. Turns out it was some type of rodent meat. Stop eating Chinese food. They are nasty as hell.
Yeah.
God,
I totally agree with that.
I wanted to add too, if you I'm not sure if it's true or not. I didn't fact check it, but I saw multiple times. That Nigerian dude who goes around doing videos eating and dancing like an ape.
Yeah, you talking about
there was some Asian chef who was planning to poison him. He was supposed to make him
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna fact check it actually.
All
Wait,
right,
wait.
go ahead. But
Let me fact check it.
All right, hold on,
all right, let me.
princess.
Yeah, I'm gonna go princess. And then you could fill us in if you figured it out. Shit, I keep getting damn violations. All right, princess.
Yes, hey.
Okay, hey, where you from? What's your ethnicity, ma'am?
A Black American, and I'm in Georgia.
Okay, go ahead. What's your thoughts on the prompt?
I definitely feel like the prompt is accurate. I from the conversation that we were having earlier, basically, I do think that we should support Black businesses, but I also think that we should support them in learning how to operate in a way that's going to make them successful and keep them around longer. Um, you have to price in the market as well. Like you can't price yourself out of the market and then end up having to close because you don't have enough customers to support your business. Um, I think sometimes we kind of get not confused, but focus so much on the money that we're not focusing on the customers and what they're able to pay. Um, so yeah, I think a lot more Black businesses would be open and would stay open if we were able to kind of learn from each other and see, okay, what's been working for this business that's been open for over 40 years, and how can I implement those things in my business that's just getting started. So kind of more than just supporting them through buying from them, but supporting them and kind of teaching them the things that have worked for other businesses that were also owned by Black people.
Thank you. Okay, were you finished?
Well, I'm sorry, damn. But just to throw in there, also to help, redirect the business from these foreigners that are in our neighborhoods to Black-owned businesses. Like what I've been doing is, like I said, we got nicotine habits and stuff. There's a few Black-owned stores on the south side of Toledo. So if I know I'm going to the north side, I call like the people I'm about to visit, like, hey, y'all need anything from the store? So that way, all the money as much money as I can funnel into Black businesses versus putting them into businesses owned by any other people, especially foreigners. My thing is this: if I can't get it from a Black owned business, I'm going to a white owned American business. If I can't do that, then hell, I try Amazon too. I'd rather, and it is fucked up to say, but I'd rather spend my money directly to foreigners that are actually in their home countries versus supporting an immigrant that has a business in America and our land.
Yeah,
One thing that I would really like to do is because there's apps of people who create apps that list all of the Black owned businesses. If there was a way to connect that to the apps where they can track our credit or debit cards and how they break it down by, oh, you spent 10% here and 10% there. If there was a way to flag, like, okay, of what you spent for the month, how many went to Black owned businesses? I think that would be great in execution and making sure that we keep the money in the community.
I would rather give my money to a YT business than a other people business.
yeah,
And another
yeah,
thing, if I have to spend money with another people business, I look to see who they employ, right? Because all foreign businesses ain't just Black American haters, right? Because I know there's a immigrant owned corner store that has literally been like the staple of a small community in Toledo, but his entire staff is Black Americans from the neighborhood. His entire staff is Black Americans from the neighborhood. And I'm not talking about the crackhead that they pay to sweep up the parking lot, or the crackhead they pay to stand by the door as extra
You can't
security. I'm
say
talking about
you
the
can't
whole.
say hard. You gotta say hard candy or something like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the whole staff, from the chef, the cooks in the back, the people who that work the register, the people who stock. His whole staff is people from that community. And it's kind of been like that. Like, even he was a kid in the store. I actually know him because I was a kid and he was a kid working behind the counter and we was both kids playing at the playground together. So like, as his father passed the business down to him, he kept the business in the community and then started employing people from the community. He also runs a restaurant and he buys most of the produce and stuff that he uses in his restaurant locally. So, but I land with that. Like I said, so some of these, like I said, it's gonna be hard for us to get up there because we're so far behind, and almost all of the businesses in our community are owned by others. So, like I said, just to do as less damage control as possible. If you do have to spend money with an immigrant business, make sure that immigrant business has no problem with hiring Americans as employees in our land.
Okay, thank you. We have Honoring on the panel. How are you, Honoring?
Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good. Great energy. But I wanted to touch on a couple of things. I'm not going to be long. I long wind. So for me, I don't use immigrant shops. Every time I do, hold on. Every time I do, excuse me, my card is being used for something fraudulently. Like every time I go to the shop, then a few days they're like somebody's trying to use the account with Amazon or California. I noticed that. Then they did some kind of bust with excuse me, I'm outside. I have allergies. It's allergies really bad out here in Georgia. That green pollen is also being used like in California or Arizona. I'm just like, this is weird. I just went to this African man shop, or I went and bought some t-shirts in Atlanta. It's just really weird. So that's why I don't shop at their shops anymore. I noticed that. Another thing too, when I said group economics, the reason why our prices are a little higher is because we're not practicing group economics. If you know you have a store that sells food, link up with 10 other people and go to the slaughterhouse so you can be able to sell the meat or whatever for cheaper, or whatever business you do. Try to connect with different people who sell what you sell, and you can buy it. The more you buy, the less you pay. So that's all I was trying to say down in the comments when the person said, no, we aren't talking about group economics. So that's what I was referring to. And I land my plane. Oh, yeah, and I don't eat from Asian people. They taught us that in 6th grade, our teachers. They were like, don't eat from them. They're very nasty. They taught us a lot of self-love, our Black teachers in elementary school. So I don't eat from Asian. Yeah, I don't eat from Asian people. So, but I land.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, we have Bobby Rostar. Bobby Rostar, where you from? What's your ethnicity, sir?
Well, I'm born in I was born in Jamaica. Came here when I was 7, so I'm an American citizen now. Been here 35 years of my life.
But you're Jamaican. You're Jamaican, right?
Yes, proud to be too.
Right,
yeah,
so that's all you had to say. I'm Jamaican.
Born there.
Just say I'm Jamaican.
Yeah, nah, but you asked, so I was just clarifying because I mean, I've heard a lot of the narrative. It just sounds, it comes off like hateful, honestly, because it's like,
what narrative?
When I hear like some of the stuff I've heard, like just listening, and I've
Like
heard
what?
like, oh, y'all don't spend your money in other people's places. So who are the other people? All the other immigrants in America? Is that what you're saying?
Why is that?
About you and your people.
Yeah, but why is that H? Why is that the H? You can't say that word out, so just either say dislike or H. All right, but why is that H?
Okay.
Why can't we spend our money wherever we like?
Oh, you can. But when you come out and say like, oh, we're gonna go to the other people and this and that, it comes off that way. I'm not saying I don't know you, so I can't say that's who you are. I'm just saying the way it comes off that way. You feel what I'm saying?
Bobby, do you have an issue with it being Jamaicans or all immigrants that we're talking about?
All. When you say all, because this country is made up of that. Like, I mean,
what do you mean by made up?
The narrative right now, currently, this country is made up of that. For the past few hundred years, the country's been made up of that. So if you want to say, okay, yeah,
Who
if you want to
told you
say,
that?
okay, can I just finish my point?
But no, you said
If I can. Oh my God.
you said the country was made up of immigrants. I need you to explain that. Who told you that? What makes you think that?
So you're advocating for basically. I see a lot of these panels that say, well, get the immigrants out. So are you saying there's no immigrants here? Is that what you're saying
No,
right now?
you said that this
This
country
country
was
right
made
now.
up of
No,
immigrants.
I never
You're
said
saying
was. I never said was. Listen to my
is.
word.
You
I
said it
said right
is.
now,
No, you
right.
can't overtalk her while she's trying to talk, bro. No, what you
You
said
said it
was no.
is.
You said being pro. No, what you made it seem like is being pro economic is somehow hful. That's what you said. And there's a word for that. Focusing on your own people, economics, and culture is called being ethnocentric. No, the problem is that we're having a public conversation. It's making a lot of y'all apprehensive because you can't do the whole thing y'all been doing in terms of cultural kind of camouflaging. So no, I think certain conversations can be intense, but no, we're just culturally clarifying how we're different from y'all. That's it, and that apply and
This
that applies
infinite.
with economic. Hold on, wait, no, hold on, Johnson, hold up, no, let him respond.
Yeah, and this time, y'all just let them get it. Let them completely finish, and then we'll
Yeah,
respond.
if you're not a mod, if you're not a mod, let him finish, and then we're gonna address it. But just let him land, y'all. Let me go back to open panel.
Yep. Thanks, everyone. Go ahead. Go ahead, Bobby. It's on you. All right, unmute yourself. Nobody just sent you a mic. All right, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, so like I was saying, like the brother was saying a while ago, he had asked me a question about the hateful thing that I said or whatever, the H thing that I said or whatever, right? And then the lady asked me a different question. So I was trying to answer the first one until I got asked the second question. So that's where the confusion came in. So let me clarify. Let's answer the first one. It comes off that way. I'm not saying that you are hateful because I don't know you as a person, brother. I don't know you. So I don't know your character. I don't know who you are. I'm just saying that comes off that way. Now, regardless of that, that's not a crime. Whatever people could say stuff and it comes off to whatever way to anybody, whoever they want it. I might take it one way. Another person might take it differently and not care. You know what I'm saying? That's neither here or there. I'm just trying to state that point. Now, to what the lady was saying, I said the country now in this state that we're in this time frame that we're in, it's made up of immigrants. Like a lot of it, a lot of this country is made up of immigrants. Like, and to say that it's not is like kind of going against what you're trying to say yourself, because it's kind of like, okay, separation, get them out. All right. So who are you getting out if there's none here? We are here. You know what I'm saying? And at this point in time, like, if that was the case, oh, I'm not going to spend my money in other businesses and so forth, there'll be a lot of places you can't shop. There'll be a lot of places you can't eat. There's a lot of places you can't
That's
go
a
have the fun
lie. That's
times that
not
you're
true,
having, right?
sir. You need
Wait,
to
wait,
stop
Okay.
wait,
that
uh,
All
lie.
right. All right. I'll
no,
land.
Stop
I'll land then.
lying.
wait. No, Bobby. Let's unpack what you just said. So, if
Okay.
immigrants were to leave, where do you think? Hold on. Your background is loud as hell. So do you think before y'all got here, we didn't have things like restaurants? Because I think what you're saying as a Jamaican, you do realize Jamaicans are primarily concentrated only on like the East Coast. Y'all not spread out like that. Yeah. The biggest state y'all are in is New York and Florida. So if all Jamaicans got kicked out of the country, we'd be fine. So what are you talking about, sir?
I'm tired of saying them damn Caribbean restaurants. Take that shit
What?
back to your fucking country or your island. Fuck.
That doesn't make sense. How come when most of y'all come into the country, y'all put y'all restaurants in our neighborhoods? So how does that work in terms of economics?
Hey, you're also not
Okay. A question for me to
you're
answer.
not
Oh no, sorry, I didn't mean to mute you. I meant to turn your mic on. Yeah,
a,
you can
a
respond. No,
lot of
hold up, Josh. Go
Okay.
let him respond. And we go. Yeah, Bobby, how does that work when most of your businesses
No,
rely on
no.
our long term
Immigrants to
economics?
leave because that way I don't allow black
Okay.
immigrants.
Hold on, Ray.
Yeah.
Let him answer. Then I'm gonna let y'all go.
Okay. So like I was saying before, all right, what I was saying was not based off of just me. Like I'm saying, oh, my people need to, or all our people, or whatever. I'm talking about the whole collective of what y'all saying. I'm not just talking about just Jamaicans alone. I'm talking about the whole collective of immigrants, right? So if that can't be understood, then I don't know how we're not having how the
Bobby, because you don't.
what I'm
Bobby.
saying
No,
is,
no, I got you.
yeah.
No, Bobby. There's 47. There's almost 50 million Black Americans, right? Your restaurants, your businesses don't really have a what's the word? Aren't really a factor or a variable. We're talking about when it comes back to our monies. Spend the money on the Black American restaurant before you go to the Jamaican restaurant. Spend the money with the Black American designer before you do a Caribbean designer. That's all we're saying. And what we're trying to explain to y'all is because we've never culturally responded to people in a way where everybody can see it, especially y'all, and it's very uncomfortable. It's like you being critiqued in front of the whole class, and it's making your back itch, making your head hurt. So that's largely what it is. We're just trying to economically talk about things. I mean, diverting funds to our people. And ethnocentrism got a lot of y'all going a little bit crazy right now. That's it. Because even to your point, you're like, oh, all these immigrants here. No, but y'all don't trifle us in numbers, economics, or even regards to whole neighborhoods. That's why when it comes to little Jamaica, you can count all the little quote unquote little Jamaica, little whatever, little Hades in one spot throughout the country, throughout the nation. So that's why we're trying to talk about y'all can still have your own thing. We're just going to be ethnocentrically focused on ourselves. That's it.
Power to y'all, man. I do what y'all do. I was just stating my point. That's all.
Well,
No, you
look,
good, bro.
and
Bless up.
hold on. So look, I want you to read. I want you to read the prompt, and right after that, we're gonna go to Rufus. What's your thoughts on the prompt? It says, "Why do Pan Africans and melanated immigrants expect Black Americans to take the high road when Black Americans are being disrespected by Africans, Caribbeans, and Hispanics, etc.?"
How are we disrespecting you? I've never that's not my experience, so I can't speak on.
So you
Okay.
didn't
I
see that
disrespect people. I
see
don't.
that Mexican cop that was basically making all those racist things in Texas? You didn't see that?
Bro, there's racist people all over this
Have you ever called a
country.
Black American a
You
Yankee?
didn't see the Jamaican lady. You didn't see the Jamaican lady from the Caribbean who made a cartoon called Captain Do-Rag and then turned around and made a whole short movie about sacrificing Black Americans for the good of the
I
island.
grew up in New York, and in New York, Americans used to call all the Caribbean kids
We in our
Haitian
country.
booty
We
scratchers,
can do what we
Haitian
want.
booty scratchers,
We
and
can do what we
Jamaican
want. We in our country.
Well, suck it up if you get
So
it.
what?
Well,
No,
suck it up
seek
if you get it
therapy.
back. So
You in
what if y'all
our
get it back?
You're in our country too. You can't
Right. Well,
disrespect
you
us
need
in
to
our
suck it
shit.
up when we stop spending money
Like
with
you
y'all
come from
businesses.
poverty,
You
and you
need to.
think you can come in
Okay.
here
So
and
look,
disrespect us? We can
Come
talk
on,
about
y'all.
you all we want.
One mic at a time, y'all.
my thing is this, right? We've seen all types of foreigners, like the Haitian lady want to strap a boom boom to her chest. The Mexican lady want to call us N-words and arrest us for nothing. You know, you got the Nigerian nurse that want to, and the Nigerian doctors that want to hurt us.
I gotta go, y'all.
Hey, you don't
Yeah,
have to make an
please.
announcement.
Don't flee.
In all my
Flee.
years, y'all, I have
I
never
mean,
in my
that's what
life.
they do. They don't know how to. They don't know how to
Uncle,
fight.
Jesus Christ.
And
I
yeah,
have never.
that lady was
Jamaicans used to
Hold
Who's
fight
on,
trying to
too.
strap a
y'all.
boom boom to
Hold
the
on, y'all.
chest?
Hold on.
Why is everybody
Hold
over
on.
talking the host?
Jesus
Hold on.
Christ. I'm
Damn.
trying to say something. All right, look, in all my years, I've never heard of a Haitian ABS or a Jamaican ABS. I never heard it in my life. This is the first time I ever heard it. But I want to let Rufus go ahead and jump in, and then we'll go to, is this Miss Cheryl or a different Cheryl? I'm not sure. And we'll go to, oh, okay. Hey, Miss Cheryl. All right, so we go to Rufus, then Miss Cheryl. What's up, Rufus? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Matumdi. What's an ABS?
I don't want to say it out, but you know what they say we always call them.
Okay. Right. Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
All
he
right.
did say that. I was like, what is he talking about? People just be making stuff up. And so melanated immigrants expect Black Americans to take the high road when Black Americans are being disrespected by Africans, Caribbeans, Hispanics, and etc. That's right, especially the etc. part too. It's everybody. And the part about taking the high road is just basically gaslighting. These people are fully aware of what it is that they're doing to our community. They're fully aware. It's really kind of, an ingenious little evil tactic that they're trying to implement on us. For someone to say, well, there's so many immigrants in the country and you wouldn't be able to do this or that without immigrants, to me is like, okay, so now you're speaking to the takeover. Now you're comfortable with the numbers and the position in a country that's not yours. So are you saying that because you're trying to throw that up in our face or what? You know, um, me myself, this is just me. I'm not saying nobody do whatever, but if I go into a restaurant and I find out that it's run by immigrants, I turn around and walk out. I'm like the other person. I spend my money with white people and black people. I don't spend them with Asians. I don't spend them with Jamaicans. I don't spend them with no Haitians. I don't spend them with no Dominicans. I don't spend them with no Arabs. And there are plenty of black and white businesses in this country that I could spend my money with. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, I guess that's pretty much about it, you know. And it's not hateful, right? Oh, the other thing I wanted to say is that from my perspective, all of this is competition. I don't see any foreigner in my community, whether they hire black people or not, as being a positive thing for my community, because that position that they're holding is a position that could be held by someone from my community or of my community. And they could hire black people. How often do I go into an Arab community and see all black people working in the Arab's shop, or Chinese community go into their community? Then you're doing something. But you come into our community and decide to hire some of our kids. To me, that's not doing anything, because you're still taking the bulk of the resources out of the community. You know, and you're still in a position of power that you should not have in my community, in my opinion. That's my opinion. So when we're able to go into their community and hire their kids, then we can start talking about that type of reciprocity. But until then, you know, it's competition. It's competition. And you got to look for, in my opinion, you got to look for every edge of it, every opportunity of advancement. And it's not about hate. I don't have hate for anyone, but I have such a love for my people, that and such an understanding that my people are in dire straits, that we need to survive, that every opportunity that is out there, we need to take advantage of, because we've been behind this fucking 8 ball for hundreds of years. And people are coming here getting a leg up on us. So we can't afford to give up any ground, especially in our communities. We have to demand that the businesses in our communities be our businesses. Now, if you want that type of reciprocity and you want that type of acknowledgement of being a rider, then go set up that business in your community and hire our people. But until then, you're still a colonizer. So, you know, that's my take on it. That's how I see it. You know, we need more money and we need more power. And I'm not willing to give up any to anybody for any reason other than my people. That's it. So that's all I got. Thanks.
Okay,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
that, Rufus.
Yeah. Fresh, good morning.
Morning. Good morning. Hi, panel.
What's up, Fresh?
I hope you
Good
had a
Hello,
morning.
Fred.
I hope you and Miss Cheryl, I hope y'all had a great Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah,
Yes,
I did.
Oh,
That's,
happy Mother's Day to all the mothers
that's
out there.
awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
yes,
you.
Okay, so we will go to Miss Cheryl. Good morning. How are you, Miss Cheryl?
I'm
Hi,
doing all
Miss
right.
Cheryl.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm doing all right. I'm so proud of this little area that I'm in. Um, I seen a few restaurants in this area, Jamaican spots. As a matter of fact, when I first moved here, they are now closed. They're now closed. My daughter and her husband, they belong to the cigar lounge. That's not too far from here. And the Jamaican spot around the corner of the cigar lounge, they're closed. But right next door to the cigar lounge is a black owned restaurant. And They sell everything. They sell egg rolls, but they say mama is so good that they just cook it our way. They sell soul food. They sell tacos. They said, Ma, you need to try these tacos. Soul food tacos. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And the only reason that they come up on these panels and say that we being mean is that we want to support themselves. And I look at them and I'd be like, who do you think had restaurants for us at one time before? Because one time we couldn't go into YT restaurants. They were black owned. And so, they've been over here practicing nepotism. But when we want to practice nepotism, there's a problem. So that's why he's upset, and that's why he got off the panel. And he's going to come with all this negativity and say, oh, immigrants this and immigrants, and y'all wouldn't be able to survive. Yes, we would.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
we
don't know
would.
why they think that. Because, I don't know. I think Fresh always makes the point that they came to an already built country. Like, they
Yeah,
wouldn't have.
that's what I was gonna say. Like they try to equate people moving geographically with like immigration when that's not the same thing at all. Like to immigrate to something, you're going to something that's already built and you're assimilating into a culture and a society and a way of life. Like what happened with America is some people here they created a country, a society, and a way of life.
And Johnson, right? How is it we gonna starve when we send them foreign aid?
That bro,
Like, what are we talking
Exactly.
about?
what were we doing before they got here?
Right. We were just running around. Like, I don't know where we're going to eat. Like, this
How
shit
did
is nuts.
how did this become the world power before they got here? Not just living before they got here, became the world power.
They keep putting me back up here, but it don't make no sense. Y'all don't know how to
Hold
communicate,
on,
so
Bobby. Bobby.
I don't even know why I'm
Listen.
up here.
Hold on real quick, Bobby. You can speak and, we can have a conversation even if we disagree, but just, be cool, be respectful, and you'll get the same in return.
Brother, I was being that the whole time. I came in, I spoke, greeted everybody, but I kept getting cut
I
off and
mean,
people trying to come and talk smack. I'm not for the back and forth. That's that. I don't deal with that
Hold
type of
on.
energy. So
I
if we
asked,
could talk, we could talk.
yes,
Is
we
this an
can.
East African?
No, he is the Jamaican. This is a
Oh, okay.
Jamaican. But no,
Or it
earlier
sound like
I
an
had
East
said that.
African. I never
Oh,
really hear a lot of Jamaicans use terminology like brother. That's not that's really not like
A lot of people from Muslim
the
nations.
appropriate thing.
A
yeah, he
lot of
might
people
be a
from
Pan
Muslim
African
nations.
Exactly.
Jamaican.
But
No,
Johnson,
a lot of
that's my
Muslim people call each
point.
other brother.
But
That's my point.
oh shit.
Yeah, I know.
But
I know what you were saying.
That's
You were
my
thinking
point.
you were thinking he was
Oh, okay,
Somali.
yeah, he sound like a East. Yes, sir. He does sound very ethnically Somalian. I know they would go to places like Canada and pick up the Jamaican culture or their slang, and then so you got a lot of people just cosplaying as them as well. From what just those immigrants in Canada, I guess even in the UK, the Jamaican culture is more dominant than the other ones. So we do get those little scragglers that pretend like they're something that they're not, and they come from Africa with that behavior.
And this is why I say it
Okay,
doesn't even
thank you,
make sense for me
Fresh.
to be up here because like you got mad two people speaking on who I am and they don't even want to ask me who I am and I'm right here.
Well,
That's the
I
funny part
asked you.
about how they feel and what they know.
well, I have
That's how
already.
I knew you were a Jamaican. That's how I knew you were
Okay.
Jamaican. I asked. Yeah,
All right.
you didn't hear.
Yeah, man. Not
Yeah.
so farty. Not so farty, my friend. Everything good. Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Now
I'm
you
down.
sound like a
Bobby,
leprechaun.
may
Now
I
you
ask you
sound
a
like a
question?
Hey,
leprechaun.
Sarah, you got a hot mic. Hold on, let me see. Johnson, somebody got a hot mic. I think it's Johnson. All right, yeah, it was Johnson. Jesus Christ, that noise. But no, a little
That
while ago.
Yes,
leprechaun.
Bobby, may I ask you a question? Bobby,
He put that leprechaun
I'm listening.
accent on. I knew he was a Jamaican.
Now,
And you see,
now,
and like I said, it doesn't make sense for me to be up here because not one time have I disrespected any one of y'all.
You called
You
us
know what I'm
Hold on.
saying?
mentally.
Hey,
You called
look,
us
Bobby.
mentally R-word in the comments
Oh
earlier.
yeah,
Don't try to
yeah,
play.
yes I
No,
did
no,
in
no,
the
no, no.
comments.
Nobody,
Yes, in the
nobody made
Bobby,
comments
no
I
why are you
ad
did.
being
homs at
so
you.
I did.
emotional, man? Why are you being so emotional?
He
Earlier,
came
I
up.
asked you. I asked you a question earlier, Bobby. I said, "Do Jamaicans call Black Americans Yankees?" And then you said, "Well, Black Americans called us Haitian BABS and Jamaican ABS." You just went, you went a little off for no reason. I was asking you a valid question, but it seems like you are really in your emotions, and it don't seem like we can have a good conversation if that's the how you're going to operate.
The stuff that happens in the Caribbean between the islands is even worse. Like when the Haitian boat people pull up to like the Bahamas and stuff, it's way worse than anything here.
Is it? Y'all
Oh yeah,
spew
it's way worse.
insinuations and then don't want anybody to clarify with y'all. You see, that's the funny thing. I hear that all the time with y'all when y'all speak. Y'all say stuff that y'all just regurgitate a bunch of foolishness that y'all hear. And it's like there's no truth in it. There's no
Okay,
truth in
all
nothing
right.
that y'all
So
speak.
let me ask you a question, and let's talk about the bleaching. Is the bleaching real?
Brother, bleaching is
No, no,
far
no, no, no,
way
no, no.
before
No, no, no,
Jamaican
no, no, no,
culture.
no, no, no,
They
no,
So
no,
brown
when
no,
them
no, no,
Jamaicans
face.
no,
started bleaching,
They
sir. I'm
brown them
asking
face.
about. Hold on, Johnson. Hold on, real quick. Hold on. No, Bobby. We're talking about it being. We don't have ads for bleach like you see in Jamaica. Like you're not gonna see a video of a dude talking about bleaching turns up the ting. We have multiple videos of Jamaicans talking about how it's a cultural identifier with trying to have access. Like you don't have to divert my G. You could don't do the everybody bleaches. No, Jamaicans bleach so much that your major stars do it. Vibes Cartel was doing it.
yes, but that's a
That
small
Okay.
minority of
So
Jamaicans.
no,
it's
That's a
30.
small minority
no.
of
Fresh.
Jamaicans.
It's 30.
That is
It's like
not no
no. It's
majority
like
of Jamaicans
20% of the no, bro,
that are
bro.
bleaching,
It's
bro.
Nobody,
20% of the
No,
nobody.
you can't tell me facts about my
New,
own people.
new.
Come on.
Listen, when they do that, just go straight to statistics. Just go and get the percentage, because
It's like
these
Yeah.
areas,
He lying
these,
because he lying.
yeah. No, I know this. Who don't know Jamaicans bleach? They like to look like pigs. That's what they say. They even made songs about it. Them a bleach, them a bleach.
I
We
never
can
said
pull
that they don't.
it.
I never said they don't.
We can pull it up. But
But
hold
y'all are
on,
trying to
hold
make
on.
it seem
When
like
you
every
start
Jamaican does
to
that. That's not
Nobody
true.
said it. I didn't say it, bro. My
no,
statement was
no,
not an
no, no, no,
absolute.
no, no,
I'm
no.
talking. My bad, friend.
He looks kind of
Yeah.
light
It's okay.
light
No, no.
in his picture. Actually, if you look,
Just go
it's
get
kind
the
of light around
numbers.
his
I wouldn't
nose.
even.
I would say,
Yeah,
hold on, hold
just
on.
go get
I
the
got the
numbers.
numbers.
I
It's
wouldn't
yo,
even.
Bobby. It's
Yeah,
20.
I bleach too.
Bobby. It's I never said it was when I make a statement, generalization. It's not an absolute. I'm not saying every Jamaican. I'm saying it's enough of the population to where people notice it on a global scale. Right? It's 25% of the island that bleaches. That's a quarter of the people on the island. I
And
never
no,
said it was the
I'm
whole
not saying
island.
no. I'm not
And
saying no.
then you
I'm
need to
not
look
disagreeing
at
with you.
what percentage of the island are the Afro Jamaicans that you know where bleaching will be more prominent. So you also have to factor in those numbers too. It's probably even larger percentage.
Oh, so Americans are so perfect, huh? Y'all don't bleach, y'all don't do nothing,
We
y'all
We
don't.
don't,
We
don't
y'all
don't.
It
is
bleach.
No,
has
we have
God
We
gift
don't
problems.
to
bleach.
Wait,
earth,
We
wait, wait,
don't
man.
wait, wait,
bleach.
wait,
We
wait, wait.
don't
Bobby,
Man,
bleach.
Bobby,
get the
Bobby,
fuck all the way out of here.
No, the
Bobby. It's
That's
bumper
okay.
bullshit.
clot. We
It's
don't
okay.
beat your bumper
Don't be
clot.
sensitive. Don't be so emotional, bro. Don't
Bullshit,
crash up,
bro. That's
Bobby.
that
You
We
got a
have
lot
bullshit.
of
issues. No,
Bati
listen,
boy ways, Bobby. You got a lot of
listen,
Bati
Bobby.
boy ways.
Bobby, we have issues, right? But this is the thing. Our problems are so bad we can multitask. So much so that we were able to bring you, your father, and your mama here. That's the difference. We're not allowing politicians to basically rob us and basically be like, oh, we don't got no room for Bobby and his family. No, if that was the case, nigga,
no,
you would still be on the island, literally fighting niggas for Johnny cakes.
but no, no,
How
no.
did y'all bring immigrants here?
Marcus
The
Gar.
difference. Wait,
Go ahead,
we can
Fred.
talk about that, but the difference is the scale of it, right? So when you say Black Americans or Americans bleach, what percentage?
Listen, bleaching has been going on even in
You're
Your Hollywood
and
stars, your
that's fine,
entertainers
but that's
bleach, all
not
of that.
what
I
we're
don't know that. I don't know
okay.
the.
Okay. So
You asked me. I don't know the
but you can.
exact
That's
number
fine.
if that's what you want,
Exact.
but I don't.
But you
But
can
they do.
agree. Okay.
It's
So we'll
all in the
do some
makeup.
comparison. That's fine. We'll do some comparison. First of all, there's no bleach and makeup unless that's a Jamaican thing, not here in America.
There's
Okay.
skin lightener. There's
And
skin toners and lighteners. There's bleaching in that.
yes, skin tone. You said makeup. Anyways, so can you agree to
That
say
isn't
that
that considered
Jamaica
makeup?
bleach on?
Okay.
Hello? No, skin. No, that's not makeup, sir. That's skincare, skin regimens, stuff like that. It's not makeup. Makeup is foundation, eyeshadow, mascara. Do I need to keep going?
That's all hypothetical. That's all hypothetical. Those are things that are sold in
What?
Walmart.
That's
That's
not
my
how.
point.
That's not how that
Those
word
things are
works,
sold in
bro.
Walmart.
That's not how you, bro.
What do you mean?
Stop.
That's how that?
Just let her finish talking before you. Let her finish her summation. Damn. You just saying
Wait.
you
You
no,
said
bro, bro, bro.
Y'all are
Stop.
trying to.
No, stop. No,
I'll
Bobby.
just.
I'm letting you know right now. You
It's
just
okay.
saying words because you said hypothetical. That's not what she talking about. Just listen, bro. Just listen, please.
He said.
Bruh.
He said they all sold at Walmart. A lot of shit is sold at Walmart.
Exactly.
But it's not makeup. What the hell? I'm not gonna keep arguing about that. The point is,
Oh my God. That's
who?
semantics.
All right, we're done. That's all right. You guys can
I
forgive
told
him.
you. Just words, nigga,
Hey,
bro.
Bobby,
Bobby.
We didn't
Bobby,
order
may
the
I
word
ask
Bobby.
you a
salad quinoa,
question?
bro. Just stop. Let her talk, and we can have the conversation, bro. Because you just saying shit now. You first of
Bobby,
all, it's semantics, not semantic.
Bobby, may I ask you a question? If that's okay. Without, because I don't.
I'm over here trying to have a conversation, but y'all just want the people over here just want to like hear themselves talk, I
Yeah.
guess. So,
Well,
but
see,
go ahead. I'm listening.
I don't like to argue.
This is a body boy. I'm tired of this body boy.
I don't
Yeah, he
like to
got a lot of
argue.
body boy ways, yo. He got a lot of body boy ways.
I really don't like to argue. You know, I just like to just
Yeah, I'm
speak.
listening to you, man.
Okay. Now, why is it so offensive that we're trying to support our own people now? Why is that so offensive to you?
At all. My point, and from when I first came on, was that the way it's coming off, because I was listening before, I wasn't saying nothing. I was sitting there for like half an hour just listening, right? And the tone of the conversation was kind of, it came off hateful towards immigrants. That's all I said. I never said I have a problem with people going and shopping with their own people or doing what they want. I advocate for, you know what I'm saying, spend it within our community and black community, people of color community. I advocate for that. But what was going on in the conversation, like I said, it's my opinion. I just think it came off hateful. That's all I said. These people got their
Chill,
panties
hold
in
on,
a
right
bunch.
quick. The operative word he uses, it feels Hful. That's what he
Okay,
said.
hold
It
on.
feels
You
Hful.
gotta. Okay, so TikTok friendly language is not saying words like HATE. You have to spell it out, or you will receive a violation, especially if you keep saying it.
Hey, Bobby, I got a question for you.
My bad,
Now,
my bad,
now,
my bad.
I got a question for you. Now that we've established that people do use the skin lightening cream, my question is why? Why do people use that? What's the thing about it? Do you know?
Could say about that is a self-hate thing, because I advocate against that too. Like, not because it's broadcasted to the world on that stage from Jamaica. I mean, it's like it's only a Jamaica thing, and it's like this is what all Jamaicans are or majority of Jamaicans are into. Most Jamaicans don't like it. That's more of a younger, like what y'all will call the YNs. That's more of their type of generation. Yes, Cartel, he did all of that at one point and whatever, and that created a trend. I'm not saying that's a good thing or whatever it
Well,
was,
are
like,
are
because
are
I
are
don't think that's good,
are
because I
they
think
trying
that's
to
self-hate.
are they
Okay, go
trying to
ahead.
look? Are they trying to look more white tea,
Yes,
or are they
yes.
trying to look more like a light skinned Black American?
No, no, it's like that is like the mentality is the whiter I am, the more privilege I'll get. You understand? Because that's the mentality that's in that type of person's head. Because they think, okay, the darker person, you know what I'm saying, gets treated worse than the lighter person.
Does it
So,
work? Do they get more privilege once they lighten up?
brother, I don't know because I
Yeah, and
don't bleach, but I guess they have
So
some things that work for them,
they say
some
they
things
get
that
better
don't. You know what I mean?
opportunities. They get better opportunities with employment. Is what I watched the documentary. They
Yeah,
were saying that.
any type of social currency.
Okay.
You know where, Denmark, you know what the idea you need to have when you speak with Caribbeans? Do you know with the Willie Lynch the doctrine,
Yeah,
it's not a
I'm
real,
from.
but that's
Some
how
people
they
say it
use
is. Some people say it isn't. Okay, but yeah,
exactly, but we still know what it says. that
yeah,
is the
right.
that is the divide and conquer tactic that is utilized in the Caribbeans because of the caste system. Do you understand? They can't use light skin is a social current in those demographics, right? Versus light skin ain't gonna get you too far here in America because white tea tried to keep anything that is in proximity away. So it's not gonna work. Mulatto, all of it was still used very derogatory. Um, and so when you think of these people and why they have the mentality that they have, it is due to the Willie Lynch syndrome.
Mm. So they practice that Willie Lynch over there as well as here. That
Yes. Since
Yep.
process.
I got a straighter hair, I got a lighter skin, so I'm considered better. That type of thing. That's where all this colorism has started coming into the United States because it's not something socially practiced by us. Socially, we're constructed by race. So every time we see something, it has components of black and white versus these people are talking about I just want to be pink. I want to be in proximity. Proximity is not it's not the same as proximity looks like in America. Same thing in South Africa with the colored shit too.
Well,
Yep.
I hope they get the wrinkly skin with it and a fading hairline and all that shit that comes with it.
They
You
do. They
know,
do. Look to the point
So
where they
walking
y'all are
over there
around
talking
looking
saying
about
like chicken feet.
look.
so
Look, they over
so
there.
y'all are saying
Hey,
that
hold on, Bobby. Hold on. Hey, Denmark. They over there talking about I look like a pink pig. Like they
A
like
pink
looking like a
pig.
pig.
That's crazy.
It is.
That's beyond my comprehension.
Yes. Go ahead, Bobby.
based off what you just said, are you saying that you? Because it sounds like you said that we, like Caribbean people, brought over colorism to America. Is that what you're saying?
I sure in hell did.
That's crazy work, but okay.
Y'all
Okay, if
do
you say
y'all
so.
do import
That's
that shit
false.
here.
What's the
Y'all
proof of
did.
that?
Y'all
Because
y'all imported the word.
colorism has been in
Y'all
colorism has
imported the
been in
word baby
America
mama.
from slavery days,
Baby
from
mama.
those
But
days.
Oh,
Yeah,
black
Bobby. Bobby.
Americans
Okay.
don't
that's good.
practice.
Let's talk
We don't.
about it. Let's talk
Yeah, we
about
don't
So
practice
please
colorism
tell
and
me.
colorism.
during slavery.
So tell me, please, that it was Caribbeans that was
Okay.
Caribbean people
How
doing
was
that.
no. Let's back up. I want you to explain to the room how did America practice colorism?
Oh yeah, the mulatto kids was had way better treatment than the dark, really black kids. The
Sir,
house ninjas
that's
got better treatment, and they
that's
were
that's not true. That's not true. That is highly misinformed information, just like any other thing, like
right.
we just one boat stop away. That is called lazy intellectual information. That's what that is. How to First of all,
Me to the
mulatto
truth.
is
What's
a
the truth? Point me to the truth. Point me to the truth.
Where did
Talking
you
and let
get
her
this
can you
tell you
shut
the
up?
information?
truth. Damn. It's not the
Put a
same.
banana
It's at
in
a
your mouth.
Beanie Man
Yeah.
concert.
Put put a banana in your mouth. So yeah, just your idea of how, like, mulatto is derogatory. they they called them mulatto to let them know that they're not them. They were othered. It's not a privilege. In fact, there are certain things in American history to show you that mulatto or mulatto people were discriminated against, because that's why they moved to countries like Liberia. That's why they had to build their own learning institutions, like Howard University and things like that, because they were considered black. That's what they were. They were non-whites. And so some people were allowed to assimilate, but they had to be white passing, bitch, not pig passing.
Any proof of this? Because you're
What's
all
up,
you're
Joey?
doing is speaking, but you have
Bobby.
no proof.
Hold on, Bobby. I want to
There's
say
a
what's
book
up to my
called.
brother
I
Joey.
have proof,
What's up,
Bobby.
Joey?
I have
What's up?
proof
What's
too.
going on, Joey?
Good morning, fam. How you doing?
Doing
Good,
good,
man.
Joey.
Hi, Jojo.
Salutations. Hey, everybody. I came up here to check on Bobby, see what's going on, come figure out why he trying to tone police black Americans. Like, what gives you that authority?
See, that's what y'all do. Y'all come up and make up
You're
shit.
not
When
going
did
to
that
answer
tone
the
police?
question? You literally said you came on stage because you
If
heard
y'all ask me
something.
a question, if y'all
I'm
ask me
in
a
the
question,
I'm in the middle of
y'all
talking.
can let me
I,
speak
I
or
thought I,
fuck off and
I thought I
Kuno
was
Muma.
I thought
But
I
my
was
boy.
Joey. I thought I was Joey. Are you Joey or are you Bobby? Excellent. I didn't do that. But yeah, the tone policing of black Americans simply doesn't work. Like, you have no authority here, sir. Like, you can't tell us that we're H-full towards immigrants or whatever. Who says I have to like immigrants? What have immigrants done for me? What do I owe to immigrants? Because as far as I can see,
Nothing.
immigrants have only come to America to support systemic racism. I have yet to see any immigrant group go against systemic racism and against the oppression of black Americans. Unless somebody can show me a book, a documentary, whatever you got, show me some history. Until then, you don't tone police me. You tone police yourself. You can tone police the whites. You can tone police the Asians. You don't come over here to black Americans with that nonsense. Also, as far as being disrespectful, like, y'all need to stop acting all like specially traumatized, particularly the Caribbeans. Cause y'all know, y'all get to insulting people off the rip the second y'all meet them. Like, y'all think we didn't hear who let the dogs out where y'all was calling women flea infested mongrels and all this stuff? But y'all crying about being called a scratcher? You people don't make any sense. You're liars.
Miss Cheryl, did you want to say something? Or you wanted to ask Bobby a question?
Well, I was just going to say, just like a lot of us, I mean, in our own family, we have people from light, bright, almost white to the darkest of the darkest. And in our family, when I say family, I'm talking about immediate family to cousins, when we all get together. And we don't sit around and judge each other by their skin color or group up into skin colors. I mean, we all join together. That's not a thing. And I don't get the thing with bleaching. I mean, this is who I am, Why would I don't get it. Be who you are. Making yourself lighter, I don't get it. I don't get it. And another thing I wanted to say, and I cannot speak for Jamaican restaurants, and I never ate at an African restaurant. But as for Chinese restaurants, I think one of the number one reasons that they don't hire us is because they don't want us to see what they are using to cook for food. That's why I have not eaten at a Chinese restaurant since the early '90s. They don't want to see us what's in the back, because no telling what they putting in that food.
Yeah. Hey.
And
I'm
if they
telling
hire one of us, we gonna say something. Nah, nah. They don't want us to see. They don't want us to see.
We need to tell them like the Africans tell us. Stop bringing your Caribbean and African mindset to the first world. This is not the place for it. The same way y'all tell us, don't come over here with your Western mentality. Don't come over here with your Caribbean or African mentality. We ain't got no, it didn't work for you in Africa or the Caribbean. It ain't gonna work for you here. Stop auditioning to be model minorities. We already have Asians.
you. Right. That's hilarious. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And other than the Asians, I mean, who supports? Who supported Jamaican food? I've never seen no YT people. in the past. And I don't go to African restaurants, but I'm sure YT people don't go up in there. So I guess they can just, support themselves. And with us not supporting it, that's a large chunk of money that's not going into that business.
Yeah, and I don't really like Jamaican food, so yeah. But EJ, what's
What's up with y'all, man? Homie put on the roster, man, 5,000 Adidas and got up out of here because I ain't like the way he was talking. He came in here on some disrespect in the comment section, and hopefully, he can skedaddle and get his musical youth on back in Jamaica because, them Chinese is putting, the ones and twos to them. And it's such a shame that he's up here on the panel, talking crazy. He left the first time, but then he said he didn't want to come back, but he was on the panel like, Rasta man, make up your mind, bro. I don't got no problem with Jamaicans. I got a problem with tethers that come from the Caribbean and different parts of the world that talk crazy about Black Americans when we want to have our own economic system. It ain't these ones and twos when it comes to these other folks, but when it comes to us, it's always a problem. We see this stuff numerous times on these panels, and it's just such a shame that these folks can't hold their own NUTS and handle their own problems within the Caribbean. He used to be worrying about CARICOM in the Caribbean caucus. You need to be worrying about them folks instead of worrying about Black Americans. I really get tired of these tethers, especially the ones from New York, because I don't know if it's because of all the, RATS that they be up there ducking and dodging, because, they be up there robbing folks and stuff. They be doing a lot of individual stuff up there when it comes to the tether community. They got their own enclaves, so when Black Americans want our own stuff, they want to come up here and be like, "Oh, we are all deceived. Why are you people so xenophobic? My forehead is bigger than yours, but we're all the same Negro." Like, no, man, everybody is different. Because if I call him a Haitian, he wouldn't like that. A lot of those Caribbeans don't even like each other. They're very territorial about their history, and they will tell you in a minute that they ain't the same group of people. Everybody is separate from each other. They just talk about certain things within their history. And when it comes to Black American history, they want to put everybody in one big boat. We got separate history from these groups of people. So he was just being disingenuous like a lot of these folks. So I just land my plane.
okay? Thank you. Night. How are you? Good to see you.
Pretty good. Good to see you. Good to see everybody on the panel. Grand Rising. Happy Monday. I was on a panel last night. I was going from panel to panel last night, taking out tethers, but their new thing is that freed slaves landed in Senegal and became the Creole tribe. That's the new thing. So now they're claiming to be Americans, like
Damn.
the Liberians. So, I mean, they're just trying to cook up anything and everything to try to attach themselves to us. But they can't, produce any type of paperwork. But they just love telling themselves these myths to make them feel better. And it's just out of control. But I think we pretty much have them by the necks, because there's no way to infiltrate this. There's just no way. Paperwork is so important, and I hope everybody has done their genealogy and just keep going, even if you run into a roadblock, because I have. And we're working on continuing going. We're up to the 1600s. So yeah, I mean, just paperwork is important. And as far as eating their food, I used to be on X, and I was worse on X, but I heard through the grapevine that they cook goat's teeth in their stews. So after they eat, they suck on the goat's teeth, talking about these Caribbeans. So I would not eat their food. It's mystery meat. The animals have venereal diseases. Like, it is just off the chain. Like, we really need to stay away from these foreign foods. I mean, they're not clean. It's not real food. It's, I just want to keep saying stay away from these Chinamans, man. They cooking squirrel, they cooking rat, they cooking cat. We all know the story. We all know what's up with them. Like, I do not touch their food for anything. So I just came up here to say that, and I hope everybody have a blessed day. Stay hydrated and loved on. Love y'all.
Hey, thank you for that. It made me think of something. I got a little PSA for everybody on the internet that's Black American. is don't let these people on the internet do your genealogy, because that's one of the ways that they're getting into your shit. Because when you do your genealogy and they go on these sites, you have to plug in family members and stuff like that. And so they're plugging themselves into your family line. And they'll be like, oh, I'm the cousin in Oregon. We just never met. But that's a whole fucking Haitian. They're plugging themselves into your line. And I believe they're selling that shit off. There was a girl on Clubhouse who had a chick thinking that she was a direct descendant of Pocahontas, and they went through like one of the genealogy websites, and they were just plugging in shit, just putting all kinds of stuff in there, Sitting Bull, Red Bull, all that type shit into their gene, fucking it up. And so that stuff is in the database, and unless you catch it and you're able to correct it somehow, you just fucked it up for your entire family, your cousins, your ancestors, yours to come. And there are people online doing that shit. So when you need to get it done, go down to the Church of Latter-day Saints. They got all the records damn near. And you and your kids and your cousins and that's how you're supposed to do your genealogies, with your family members, not with people that you've never met online, who are a lot of them immigrants them damn selves, attempting to find a way to sneak into your reparations claim. So yeah, don't let nobody online do your shit. Would you give somebody online your social security number? No. And thank you, Brooke, for saying that. I like that that young lady, Brooke. She's so smart, beautiful
That's
young
the OG
lady.
right there.
She's a beautiful young. I like her. So, but yeah. So don't let nobody online do your stuff, please. That's all.
Yeah, and we got all this paperwork in
I
our
think she
family.
was recommending someone online from last I checked. Miss Brooke, I don't know. I think she was recommending April Showers to do people's genealogy.
No, don't say that, because the reason why is because
No,
I
I'm
saw
that's what she
I saw
told
her
me. I'm
saying
serious.
I saw her saying that she was recommending that people don't allow people online to do it. She put out a whole big PSA on that. Don't let people online do it.
Yeah, we'll see. She might say it again. We'll just put that one
Oh,
in the
okay.
back pocket.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Folks, the grown folks out here, you can't be giving your information to these tellers online. They're gonna have your stuff on the black market. They're gonna be selling your stuff for bush meat and flies. Y'all gonna be messed up out here. Y'all gonna have y'all
Yep.
credit in the lower 300s.
Yep.
What's up, real? But yeah, we got all this paperwork in our family. We could find this information, check obituaries and stuff like that.
What's good, fam?
Hey, chilling for real.
What up, dope? Hey, different day, same shit.
Hey.
What's up, Fresh? You still
Hey,
giving
real,
them
did you get
hell up
my
there in
email?
Minnesota? I don't know.
I can't wait to tell y'all I'm in this clinic, but I got some updates for y'all. It's
I know
really
you.
bad up here.
I know you
It's
do.
really bad.
Yeah, they ain't showing out down here in Atlanta like in Minnesota. I almost want to be in Minnesota sometime.
Yeah, they definitely. It's because we gave them the green light. Once we gave them the green light, they just kind of took over, and so, of course, we got to watch out from this state to state. Um, and it's so crazy because once we invited them, they start to discriminate towards us. Ain't that funny?
Right,
Crazy work.
for sure. Hey,
Said, "You welcome. Come in." These motherfuckers came in and started calling us. What do they call us? Moreno.
I don't know what they. Everybody got different names depending on the tribe.
We let them in. They start cussing us. It's crazy.
Speaking that Telemundo language, I be I don't know if I want to salsa dance or just tap my feet. I'll be like, okay, all right, amigo, I understand.
Hey, just to answer to the prompt, I think personally, D, we have always been the high road, high morals, high. excellence. They want us to take the low road, which is them. And we're not going to take the low road. If you can't come up to the high road where we at on education excellence, then stay on the fucking low road. We're not coming down there. We're just going to we're just going to push your ass back down to the dirt where you come from. So I've always been on the high road, high excellence, jump higher, do shit. We were trained to do that. Our parents, we always had to be better, 10, 50%, 100% better than the person doing the same shit. So we have always practiced to be the best. We were trained to be the best. So I think we are the moral compass to high road, what high road looks like. And so bring your ass up to our level or stay down there in the fucking dirt. That's the way I look at it. But yeah, but I do understand what you're saying. They always say that dumb shit.
Yep. Okay, thank you. All right, y'all, we open panel. I sure would love to have some people up here that disagree. So if you are in the audience,
you just ready for the conflict, brother. You're an instigator. I know what you're doing, brother. I understand.
I want to hear different points of views about this, but yeah, man, and so if you disagree, please come on up to the panel.
I just want to know where y'all get this entitlement from. Why do y'all feel like Black Americans or America in general owes you something? Why don't you come up and tell us? Explain it to us.
That's a really good point, Joe. And the way I see it is, they're no different than the Chinese in Jamaica over there taking over Jamaica. They're no different. They're over here trying to do the same thing. So that's why I have no sympathy or empathy for them. We're the only ones that stayed home and is trying to fight off a foreign invasion. So they don't fight for their own shit, but they're gonna come here and try to tell us how to fight for ours. What? What kind of sense does that make? Yep. Yeah.
We got Asians over there speaking patois, talking about you're not Jamaican if you're not from the island, and the majority of them folks don't even be saying nothing about it. I'm like, why y'all don't say nothing to these Asians? These Sean Paul looking individuals, because he mixed with a lot of stuff. Y'all need to be saying something about them. In the beaches in the port of Jamaica, they're still owned by the Chinese until like the 2040s, if not 2050. So they got a lot of problems to handle in the Caribbean, because Jamaicans always be boastful, because they consider the top dogs of the Caribbean with the hierarchy and stuff. So when it comes to them, they be the loudest when it comes to stuff like that. But they be real hush mouth when these Asians be giving them their business. Cause we seen numerous videos of these Asians getting down for their crown in these restaurants. Y'all know the ones I'm talking about. They be all over the place. It be karate chops. It be plates be tossed everywhere. It be like a Mortal Kombat tournament, bruh. So I don't be hearing a lot of them say anything about that.
They're all weak. They be falling over top of each other to bow down to white supremacy. The Dominicans, me no black, me no white, but they try to be white. They bleach. They lighten their skin. They try what they call that, where they try to have sex with lighter skinned people and all that type stuff. The Jamaicans, I mean, a woman literally on international television fell out and bowed down to Prince Charles and shit and acted like a idiot.
What you talking about? Yep. Them kneecaps got real dirty, didn't they? I was like, Lord.
Yeah, and the Haitians, they just are internally jacked. Like they do not like each other at all. Like they hate each other. I'm surprised they still around, honestly. They really don't like each other. I heard a Haitian woman say she would unalive herself before she went back to Haiti. And they have no sense of obligation to their native land or their native people, And there's nothing that we have in common with them, And they come over here and they say, yeah, me black too. Our struggle is the same. No, it's not. Our struggle ain't the same. You don't know how to struggle. You're just a doormat. We get in and we mix it up. You know, we struggle through the conflict. You don't even struggle. You just give up. You lay down. You're a doormat. You have no struggle, you know? So we're nothing alike. We're nothing alike, you know? And now they're here trying to colonize us, getting in our politics, you know, getting in our military, getting into our economics, coming into set up communities outside of our communities for them to live and come into our communities to do commerce. The fact that we allow them to have a place to live outside of our communities, you figure they would be grateful for that. They come into our country and we give them a community, but they're not. That's not enough. After we give them a community, then they want to turn around and exploit ours on top of that in our country, and then talk shit to us because we say we're not taking that no more. These people they have the balls of Goliath when it comes to us, but when it comes to their oppressor, they're doormats.
Hey, Jim, I
And
got that. Thanks.
I think it also feeds into a larger psychological issue because when you see these countries and how they identify with their oppressor, it's not the same. Like Black Americans, we have carved out our own space within the system.
Damn, you going in and out, Fresh.
Oh, I'm in a building. Don't worry, I'll come
Okay,
back. Can you hear
you
some
sound
stuff I'm saying?
better. You sound better now. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can still see the bars keep coming in and out, so it's gonna
But
keep
you
glitching.
actually
Duty,
you sound
man.
clear.
Duty messing up the connection.
You sound clear right now, Fresh.
Now I done lost my train of thought about their mindsets in terms of how that they identify with their colonized or their oppressors versus Black Americans. From my observation, has carved out a space for themselves. Like when we think of America, we think of a whole different experience. Even our country has talked about quote unquote the Black experience, right? And so they even recognize that we have a different lens than they have due to our conditions. But yeah, when you see other people from certain countries, they do identify with their colloquial terms way vastly different than we do. Because theirs are like, this is my identity, and they can't really see, like when you hear a Dominican talk, they'll say, "No, me no black, me Dominican, me." They basically like to say they Spaniard, right? When they were colonized by the Spaniard, and so you can see these things even in Africa. Even when Tyler came over here, she's like, "I'm colored," you know. Which their ethnicities and their cultures are still intact, but they rather pick up a colloquial term. Even in UK, like you'll see those Africans or Caribbeans come over, instead of saying, "Hey, I'm a Caribbean descent," or "I'm or from Jamaica, whatever, living in the UK," they literally will say, "I'm a Black British. I'm Black British," and it's like, what? And so that's how they, that's a vast different than Black Americans. Black Americans are always searching for their own autonomy.
It's a great point. Yes, I
Well
agree.
said. We're always searching for our own autonomy, and they're trying to give theirs up. Wow,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
And just even with delineation, we say that we this and this is what we go by. They said, no, you're African American. It's like y'all are fucking strangers to us. Why the fuck do y'all think y'all can tell us who we are or what we can call ourselves? It's ridiculous.
Hey, yeah, that was good, Fresh. Appreciate that. Hey,
Thanks. Oh, go ahead, Will.
hey, what is the number one thing that most of these melanated people come to America for? Other than a better life, we know that's the camouflage. But what is the real reason they leave their countries?
They
Because
seeking asylum.
asylum. They're
They weren't good
fearful.
enough to make it.
Right, that part too.
No
But the ma-
opportunities, no
but the
jobs.
main, yeah, more opportunities. But the main reason is that they're fearful of their where they live. They're frightened. They're scared, so they flee. They don't fight. They flee. Now, what happens when you come to America? See, everybody else got the intel on how fucked up their countries are. They saw why the Haitians won't go back, why the Africans won't stay, why all these people won't stay in their countries because they have some type of unsettled conflicts going on, and the people won't fight. But what do they get told when they come to America? Come to America for a better life. What about the blacks in America? Oh, they not gonna do nothing. They don't attack nobody. They don't fight nobody but themselves. They don't bother nobody outside of their own community. The problem we having in America is that they really ain't got the fear of God of black Americans. They don't really know that we those people that they should be more fearful of than they are the people in their own countries. Because we got a Second Amendment. We can set shit straight in this motherfucker if we want to. It's going to have to get to the point where these people going to have the fear of God when it comes to talking about us, talking toward us, disrespecting us, and anything. All the shit that we would do to ourselves, if any half the shit was said to any one of us by our own people, we'd be ready to pull out our pew pew. We better do whatever you got to go. Disrespectful ass nigga is what they call you. And they won't allow it. But then they allow people who are not a part of the lineage to come in and do some of the shit to us that we wouldn't even allow. Not one person of us of our own lineage to do to us. So we don't have the fear. We ain't put no fear into these people. They think that we won't escalate, we won't elevate, we won't rise up and show the motherfuckers who the fuck we are. And it's been true to the point, right? And just like that cracker walking around talking about in this with the real R. I know black people that you couldn't even say that bitch ass nigga to a person and not him not be ready to take care of you. But you got a whole white boy walking around with some mace and a pew pew like we don't have the same thing, but he's allowed to say this in front of black people. Then and a black person could not even open his mouth to disrespect another real foundation of black America without some consequences. So we gonna have to start putting fear in these motherfuckers, bro. Like when you say something sideways, we don't need no goddamn law to say you can't be disrespectful of us. We gonna activate and tell you what you can and can't say. If we don't get to that point, they think we're soft. They think you can say anything. And how do I know it? Because they say it with their chest. And these are the people who have invaded our country that we've done no wrong to. There's no blood on black Americans' hands of invading or doing any harm to anybody. But yet we get disrespected by every motherfucking body like we're the motherfucking problems on the earth. And we're not. We're the solution. We're the ones who haven't done anything to anybody. The most damage we've done to us is to ourselves. And we know why that shit exists too, right? So, yeah, man. Until you ready to put some fear in these motherfuckers and let them know who the fuck we are, who our ancestors was, the warriors we are, the greatest people of all time, the champions of the world. Until you ready to tell people that shit and show them without that's why I told Fresh, I wish I was in motherfucking Minnesota sometime I could pop in and just show motherfuckers who the fuck we are, because they don't know. And the moment that we do it, they gonna say we bad, and I don't give a fuck. What we're doing is fighting and standing on our 10 to protect our soil. So we're gonna have to get some balls about ourselves and really be those people and show these people we not the ones to be fucked with. And I don't think they got the message clearly yet, because ain't nothing popped off where media or the internet is talking about so and so got their ass whooped by so and shit, right? And I don't care about no plans they got as far as if you do something to them, they can go and get this case. Well, don't take your foot off that motherfucker there. If he do, and he's still in the community, keep your foot on their ass. All you got to do is make them fearful. If they think America's not safe, they gonna flee. I guarantee you they gonna run like a motherfucker. The only reason they ain't leaving, because they feel like America is safer than the place that they come from. And so we're gonna have to change that shit. 2026 to 2028 gonna be some interesting stuff, and I think we're at that point where we're gonna have to have a hot summer pull up on some of these people for real. I land.
Yeah, and I think a lot of them just don't know because they wasn't here and they not old enough. Cause I just refer back to some of my older siblings and my older cousins doing the Black Power. Cause I was born in '63, and I was a child when they was into that Black Power movement and this, that, and the other. And usually it was against the YT, so they haven't seen that part of us yet. And so now they's like, what the hell are y'all doing? No, no, it's just coming back out. That's all. It's just coming back out, and they don't know how to handle it. But this is not a first. This is not a first for us, but they think it is. They think this is something new for us, but it's not. It's not. The reason that they were able to come over here to begin with is because the generations are like my father's generation is because they fought. They fought. That's the reason they able to come over here. But they don't know nothing about that. And that's not taught to them. It's not told to them. So, yeah, they'll find out. They'll find out this is nothing new. I'm just glad we back.
Thank you, Miss Sherrill. When you ask why they come here, this is why. This is why they come to America.
This is true.
Oh my god. My
Be
phone,
white,
my
man.
phone
Be
keep
white,
glitching. I
man.
think I gotta get some more space on there. Shit, it cut off, but that's why they come.
You guys, the Somali community is complaining about the number of Somali women that is chasing after YT men.
Wallahi.
They're
Hold
they're
on.
doing all kinds of sort. They're trying to get a hate crime bill right now. So everything they've pushed for reparations for immigrant businesses, for ICE raids that was affected by ICE raids, and they have pushed to extend rental assistance or emergency some type of rental assistance, because I guess they're not able to go out and make money. What it is that they shut all their business down, so that money's running out. And so now they're looking for a hate crime bill. But you see how they delineate, like, 1 minute we ask for a crime bill, but these people have already delineated, and they're fighting for things specifically for their community.
Who are they? The Somalians?
Yeah,
Mm.
Ilhan right now is under strict scrutiny. She's getting ready to exit.
Ain't they Arabs?
No, they're Africans who was dominated or indoctrinated by Islam.
Wait, Africans can't be Arabs? Arabs don't come from Africa?
Not to my knowledge. In
I
fact,
think the
those
Arabs are.
people see them as servants.
I think the Arabs are. I don't know for sure, but aren't they a mixture of the Africans and the Caucasians or something like that? Is
I
that
don't
how
know.
the
That's a
Arabs came
question for
about?
Ronnie.
Yeah,
I always assume so, just because of the hair and the skin color.
yeah,
And I just don't think I don't think any of the other races could have produced black people. So I tend to assume black people came first.
yeah. But the thing about them Arabs, man, they got some schnozolas, boy. Them and the small hats. They
Indeed.
really, man. So I don't know which European that could be that gave him that Schnauzola. Maybe Eastern. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up.
I only ask because like the Somalian people, they keep well early, like back in the clubhouse days, they would always say, "Hey, we're not black, we're not black." I'm like, okay, well, like, are y'all Arab? And a lot of them would say they are.
Well, I don't see them as that, but they are African. But you can see the same behavior or results in places like Sudan.
I was
Even
wondering
them,
about them.
they still see themselves as very much Arabic.
They look it though. Like if you look in their faces, they really don't have like what I would consider black features.
No, and I get that, but that's not a that it's because Africa is very diverse. There's no exact phenotype for those people. They're different people, just melanated. You got to understand, like, even when you think of cultures or people that lives closer by the equator versus people that live more further away from it, how that affects their melanin. And then even in living in somewhere where Africa where it's super hot, even in like the desert areas, that doesn't determine their phenotype. It's just saying these people are heavily melanated because they live in this region, and it's no different than when you see the is it Gasal Benin? I can't those people are they Melanesian people? I think with the blonde hair, but they have super dark skin, melanin skin. But I've seen this even in Asian countries too. Like there's a girl that I service. She's Thai and she's really really dark. You guys wouldn't even but you can still see that she's Thai. But it's really just like even East Asians or Indians. They have darker ones, but that doesn't mean that. But there is some admixtures too, because sub-Saharan African slave trade went to countries like India. But you can still see those those different type of melanin skin tones. So it don't mean anything. Sudanese people is just jet black.
Yeah, they look like dark skinned Arabs, like the darkest Arabs I ever seen.
You seen that guy that was a famous slave trader? His name was Tippy Toe. I think Tippiton. Either he was from the Mali Empire or he was considered Arabic.
When I was in Egypt, man, I saw some Egyptians that were like black as coal. They were black, and so I don't think the Somalis resemble them. But no, the Somalis, yeah, I don't consider them Arabs. I just consider them East Africans, and I consider the what do you call the nomadic people up there? What do you call them? Fresh? You just said it. The the damn, I can't think of the name of it. You just said their name, Fresh. Those people, I consider them more Somalian than these mixed breed ones. You know what I'm talking about, Fresh?
Say it again. I'm sorry. What did you say?
The no.
Did he cut out or is it just me?
He cut out. He was asking you about the name of that group you were referencing earlier.
The Melanesians?
Believe so. Are they North African and
Oh
nomadic?
no, no, the Sudanese people.
Have y'all seen our so-called politicians freaking out? and they
About what?
just about the redistricting and everything. Um, Mr. Clyburn, he's not going to no longer be in the seat, nor is his daughter in South Carolina, and they still talking about Louisiana. But my thing is, there's like, well, who's going to represent, the black people and this, that, and the other? And I'm sitting there listening to all this, and I'm like, well, when you was there, you really wasn't representing us. So what's the difference? We're not losing anything. We're not. We're not. We're,
Right.
huh?
No,
What
I
you
was
say?
agreeing with you. I remember when they asked him about reparations, and he was like, "If y'all waiting around for reparations, it ain't never gonna happen."
No, he was like, why y'all keep fucking with me?
Yeah.
Get his
And
ass.
and my thing is about that is if he was talking to an Asian, he wouldn't speak to them like that. If he was talking to any foreign nationality that was over here, even the white T man, they wouldn't speak to us like that. But now, but they'll speak to us like that. But now that their butts are in a sling and they're about to lose their seats and no more money is going to their pocket, they sitting here trying to sound like it's too late. It's too late. It is too late. And they gonna suffer. And like Jason Black said, I always say it, if we gonna be uncomfortable, then we all gonna be equally uncomfortable.
Hey, I got a question for everybody. There's this viral thing going around the internet with talking about the difference between black graduations and white chick graduations. Now, I know because I seen this years ago, I would say maybe I first saw it like 7 years ago, maybe, where the Nigerians were exaggerating, their graduations and all that type shit. I'm under the impression that this here whole bling bling, get your kid a Rolls Royce for graduation and diamond studded tuxedos and all that shit is coming from, I believe it to be of immigrant influence, but I'm not sure. Have y'all seen black Americans, doing this type stuff in black American communities? I remember like when I was graduating, if you had a stretch limo for you and your friends, that was studding there. That was above and beyond. But the type shit they're doing nowadays is ridiculous. Have y'all seen any of this stuff in your communities?
Um, I've seen proms that was a little outrageous, but
That's what I meant. Proms. I said
okay,
graduations, but I meant proms.
right. Well, yeah, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, if their parents had the money to and they want to celebrate them like that, I don't feel like that should be a problem. It seems like whenever we do anything, if it's not, I guess, what is considered traditional, it's always a problem to these people.
I've seen it. I think it's more of a product of the social media era. Like,
Yeah,
everybody wants to get that good picture for the gram and all that. So, and especially like when you got young parents like myself, like I'm 35, my kids are like 16, 17. So like I remember being their age and I don't mind like doing a little bit extra just because I know it's gonna help them clout wise and amongst their friends. And other parents are
right.
like that.
Yeah.
And do you feel that way too, Matundi? Like if you were young and had kids, would you be willing to do that as well?
What do you go get real extravagant?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like
Okay.
if as long as you excelling in school, I don't have a problem if you want a certain thing, and I had the extra money to do it.
Okay.
I wouldn't go
Okay.
broke behind it, but if I got some extra money sitting around, it wouldn't be a problem if they doing all their duties.
But
Okay.
y'all know the programming of that shit started back with the Sweet 16 birthday shit, and then it kind
Yeah,
of spilled out into everything else,
Yup.
extravagant. That's where it started. Celebrities throwing their sweet 16s for their spoiled kids or not spoiled kids. But they had the money to, and everybody was trying to outdo everybody. Then the Africans got into it, and anybody with money was trying to uh, show how much money they could spend on a kid, you know. So, but it started back then, and it kind of bled over into the other shit.
Okay, I didn't know
You
that.
gotta remember, proms and graduations were never celebrated in Africa or the Caribbeans like it is in America. So they became Americanized. They start wearing all these fancy clothes. They started dressing like us in Africa, doing like I don't even know what proms they have in Africa.
Yeah,
But
I saw that before.
but you know, it's just copycat culture, right? You know, and for some reason, I remember back in the day, you know, we used to be into the things make you seem like you got it going on. If you had a beeper or a nice car, or you had money, or you knew how to make it look like you had something with the little that you had, people perceived you to be a baller, or he got it going on. He got a whole pager and a cell phone. All that shit. Things made people think that you had it going on. And they still use those things today with celebrities and all this shit to make you think that these people really got some shit going on that you don't. You know, so
Right.
that culture was definitely painted into us to now the Africans who never had nothing think if they got a car, I'm doing better than you. I have a car, I have a house. Nigga, this
Right.
is shit we all there ain't no new shit. We've been doing that shit since our grandparents, great grandparents, everybody had shit, right? So yeah, that's just the copycat late behind BlackBerry culture they got. We been there, done that shit. It don't mean nothing to us no more.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I had I was under the impression that this was something that was brought here, imported. Um, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that
You know,
was a thing.
we do everything big. You know what
We
I'm saying?
do.
That's
That's why I
just
tell you, we always been there on the high road, D. Real talk. We high
y'all
level
remember
living.
y'all remember like last graduation season when I think the graduation was over, they threw their caps in the air and then everybody started dancing, and it was just all over the internet how they were just disrespecting these these teenagers, saying, "Oh, they out of control. They can't, they can't. This is a traditional setting. You can't do this. You can't do that." It's just like every time they see black people happy about something, they gotta criticize it. It's ridiculous, y'all.
Yeah, they try to keep you in that tradition shit. That's the
Yeah,
same thing they play with politics. They try to keep it traditional, and we bucking against that shit. So that's just like I used to tell people about a standard. They be like, "Well, contracts are standard." No, nothing is standard. It's what you and I agree on. Nothing is edged in ink that it got to go this way or no other way. No, that ain't quite how it is no more. You know, and so yeah, nothing is. They think it should be this way because it's traditional, but nah. Traditional shit, most of that shit was wrong any motherfucking way, the way they taught us. You know?
hey, EP, I think you're correct, man. They hate on us first, then they go do it.
That's right.
Exactly. I was just about to highlight that because
Yeah.
that's exactly what they do. They like, look at these black kids. They it's too much for a prom, and then next thing you know, they oh excuse me, I got the hiccups. They doing the same thing for their children.
Yeah. Hey, life doesn't move without us first, right? Everything that everybody do was something we did already. Delineation wasn't a thing until what? We said it. Now, everybody around the fucking world, even Trump is delineating us from other countries. Like we ain't with you motherfuckers no more. We on our own, goddammit. This America first. I love it, man. But it all started with who? With us. Delineation conversation started with us around 2021 or 22. We was on that shit. Nobody else was talking about it. Nobody.
got the all of Africa to unite for once to come talk about reparations.
Right.
They
Even
ain't
though
did
they
that since they sold us.
right. They say shit, we work together to get their reparations. Then we go back to disliking each other.
Hey,
Hmm.
real talk though, man. We're the biggest bag on the planet. If you don't tap into the black bag, then you can't get no money from nobody else. They can't, they walking on it and can't even get it from Africa. They got to come all the way across the water and say, let's go get some of this black American. Even though we sold you, we think we supposed to get a cut. What the fuck?
Yeah, I
These
heard
people are crazy.
Yvette Carnell say that we are a harvest group. And I have to agree with her on that because when you think about it, if we didn't, if we didn't have the money, why would these people put their businesses in our neighborhoods all over the country?
Correct.
So we already have like a really good point of reference about whether or not what our community can do in terms of outsourcing. Close countries like China rebuilt themselves by putting businesses in our community. Like they literally talk about how China was able to rebuild due to businesses that was placed in Black communities. I think that's something we need to do a room on to educate some more of our people too. But yeah, that's the best point of reference for that example.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, like it was a store in my neighborhood that every 6 years the families it was the same people, but every 6 years the one group of people left and another group of people came because for that 6 years they can run it tax free, and the cycle they just keep it's the cycle that they kept going.
Yup. They doing that in all the little surrounding towns in greater Detroit area. And don't sleep on these little clinics, because that's a hustle too.
Right. Yeah.
If they come over here, like the opioid crisis, who was pumping that, and people with fake degrees that was just handing out pills.
Yeah, that's a fact. And you know what? Now that you said, it's a lot of these treatment centers popping up where I live. So I see them a lot, like at strip malls. Like before, it used to be like in a different kind of area. Now it's just like at strip malls. You will find these treatment centers anywhere.
I think we probably need to do some Nick Shirley shit in our own communities. Pull up on these motherfuckers and ask the same fucking question that he asked from a black perspective. Yup.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, we
Yup.
should have people doing that.
All right. I'm gonna look around in Atlanta, see what's going on. Start pulling up on them.
Don't you?
Atlanta too. I think we don't. I think they're really quiet because there's a lot of Democrats, but they definitely trying to take regentrify Atlanta, especially them Caribbeans. They tried. So I don't know who came up. It was a Miss Cheryl who talked about those Jamaican businesses closing. That's really good because I saw them run to Atlanta and start utilizing all this money that they got from immigration.
Bill, what about round your way? Are they businesses
We
sort of struggling?
well,
I have
the we don't have a lot of Caribbeans, but they are in St. Paul area. So St. Paul is the historical Black community here in Minnesota. That's where Rondo's is located. So you will see some Jamaicans like up in that area, but their numbers is really low here, very low. Um, the most we have is those African populations. So because Africans are literally trying to create enclaves, they're really insidious in terms of like Caribbeans, they don't have I would just say Jamaicans. I've never seen Jamaicans do anything for Jamaica at all. Like But I do see African immigrants trying to create little enclaves like tribalism. Like the Nigerians don't want to live over where there's predominantly Ghanaians. The Ghanaians don't want to live, and the East Africans. They all in different areas. They are not around each other. But I did see some different networkings where I seen so the Carmel Mall where them Somalians stole all that money from George Floyd and was able to rebuild their central community center. I call it a central community center because that's like a store that is essential to the mall, to the whole community. So, but there was nothing but Somali businesses at one point in time, and religious centers in their quote unquote mall. But now they're trying to invite West Africans because their businesses are failing. They have they have all these open vacancies in the Carmel Mall. So now they're, oh, we're all Africans. Now they're using the term African, right? Because it has to do with e-commerce. So now they're like, oh yeah, you guys can come over here. And then so you see like a lot of TikTok videos now showing like asking West Africans to go to the Carmel Mall to lease out some space or whatever to sell their goods. So it's real crazy. Like we keep talking about, they can't stand each other, but they'll link up to go against us, or for whatever. But I do see the East Africans utilizing West Africans as commodity. I don't know why they're so stupid, but you'll see like Somalians, they're able to capitalize, or they'll open up a grocery store in the West African community, but a West African cannot have a grocery store in the Somali community. They will not occupy it. They will make sure it it uh it fails. So it's just, you see all these dynamics. But so far as immigration, due to Trump focus on Minnesota, I don't really have to worry about a lot of that type of legwork. It's the rehabilitation that they're trying to enforce now due to the conditions that Trump has created for them, basically stopping them from stealing. And so now they want all these different protections. They want everything that Black Americans have been asking for. Somalians are literally mimicking us. Literally. It's the weirdest shit. And sometimes I just want to sit and talk about it because I wonder, do we understand? Like, why do you see this weird behavior? First, y'all dumbasses went on Selma and trying to recreate that moment. Like, they're really weird. They're really weird. They keep doing this. They keep doing it. And then they want to try Islamic phobic into racism and all types of isms. It's just ridiculous. And their evidence of heightened hostility towards them is no different than Asians getting bullied online. It's crazy work.
Sounds like they need refugee status somewhere else.
It's like they've copied and pasted everything that we've done, or attached themselves as if they were a part of everything that we've done, and that they are the group that's going to compel civil rights forward or something. This is the idea that they want you to have of them in terms of political fight. It's nothing but them rebranding and just usurping. I wouldn't even say they're rebranding it, just usurping our struggle, and as if it's theirs. I've even came up with I found organizations who've been literally creating disparity studies for the Somali community, fabricating every ounce of it. Just crazy stuff. So no, I can see delineation a little clearer because of what's happening in my state, and they know it's not a HAT thing. They just don't want. They just see it as, oh, the YT is trying to create division, and you guys are falling for it, and you're not rallying for our cause. Whoever taught these Somalians how to be politically organized, they did a really good job, but they're still weak because of the language barrier. Maybe their intellect, due to numerous of things, like they tried to put that young girl up there and her dumb ass said a word, and then I don't know what she did. She got startled by the word she used when she said, what she say, scamming is bad or frauding is bad, and then she covered her mouth and said, ooh. You see them constantly doing these things, and you know these people don't have the fortitude to do it. So yeah, they're all in trouble though. Right now, Ilhan and her husband is under scrutiny. Um, they did they subpoena her, and the Democratic Party fought back with the subpoena. Um, but yeah, so she refused to basically send in her documentation saying, you know, how she made this money, different things. But now they got another one. So they're that whole little progressive crew now, they're going after them. So, and y'all know who AOC is, so yeah, they're going after them now.
Okay,
Hey,
thank
Miss Cheryl, just to answer your question, no, I'm putting my Atlanta data together, restaurants, events, all kinds of things. I'm finna exercise my right to use the 800 ICE on all these people. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff, data I got to pull together, but I don't want to step out there by myself. I need at least two or three other brothers so that they
Right.
know, what's going on. So, but we getting ready. It's gonna be a hot summer. Trust this. We getting ready to have some pull-ups.
Right. 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 Yeah, that's good. And what Fresh was talking about. So, um, you think that they gonna indict her, or she going on teacup?
It's okay, I can still hear you. I'm just scrolling. Um, of course she's gonna be indicted because she's not. They subpoena her, and then they blocked it. So the Democratic Party, however they blocked it, whatever, right? So they're trying to do all of these things, subpoena her. They just subpoena her just recently, but at first she was missing court. No, they subpoena her the court the first time, and I think she said she was out of town or something. I don't know if it was a subpoena or if she just had a date. I think she just had a date. She didn't show up to that dated appointment or to her court date. So they sent out a subpoena, and then they said they blocked the subpoena for whatever reason. So it's just a lot of back and forth, but they have the necessary documents. They're just trying to add her to the puzzle. Okay, so what happened, I posted this on my Twitter account, but what happened is that they're trying to find her role in the Feed the Children's scam, right? Because she was connected, and she was the one that created the legislation, and then she was connected to the organizations or restaurants that committed like um high numbers of fraud, that was up in the millions, like 56 million, 40 million. That Safari restaurant took home a lot, like almost $60 million. So they're trying to find out, like, put her in, like, what her role was, how she was integral to the whole scheme.
Hey y'all, I don't know if y'all were around during the days when I used to say that we got to get a lot of people out to paint before our reparations can be uh, presented to us without any challenges from all these outsiders. And these are the things that I was talking about. You know, you got a lot of people sitting in the seats that would make us getting our reparations very difficult. This is why the ancestors told us that everybody would be revealed. So we got to sit back. 2028 is going to be our finish line. But it's a lot of people who could affect our reparations sitting in these seats of decision. So the ancestors got to clean a lot of them out. The Hakeem Jeffries, all these melanated immigrants sitting in our shit, and all our people that are people sitting in these seats going against the people. All the white tea, all the Asians, everybody in our government. Nobody is on team reparations for the descendants of America's soil, right? So a lot of people got to be put the fuck out the country. There's a lot of shit in the way. Lot of shit in the way. And we have to concentrate on becoming the majority of people sitting in our government seats. This shit doesn't happen nowhere else. Nowhere else do you have immigrants sitting in the seats of that country making decisions for that country. So we got a lot of house cleaning we got to do. And until that
That's
shit is
why
done,
no, sorry. No, I thought you were landing. I was just about to say that's why they keep trying to make this a immigrant country.
right.
Immigrants built this base, to solidify what you're saying.
Correct. And our job by 2028, we better have everybody we gonna put in a seat. We got a campaign, get these young folk, get these mid-aged folks, and maybe some of the elders that can sit in some of these council seats and stuff. We have to sit in the seats of decision for our shit. Or these people who have come and are now boldly saying immigrants built our shit when we know goddamn well they didn't, but they're getting away with it because immigrants are sitting in the fucking seats. So we got a lot of changing. We got to get a lot of people out of our business for us to really hold this government and these people accountable for what's owed to us. Because every time we bring it up, it be a motherfucking immigrant, a Ellis Islander or whoever the fuck, talking about, no, how we going to get it? What about the $55 trillion that just got caught? We don't want to hear that where the money coming from no more. Bitch, y'all know where the money is. You've been getting it for decades. So, yeah, it's a lot of unethical shit we got to get out of our country. A lot of it.
Yeah, and we can't be sleep on the people that's in our community that is helping facilitate this.
That's right. That's right.
I can see politics up closely in my state, and I'm watching our people who's in certain positions. So one thing that you will have president over, or you will be taken serious, is when you're organized in terms of an organization. You're doing something in the community, like even like these religious centers. A lot of them are looked at or have access to a lot of our politics because of their position as a leader, a community leader, or some type of professional or something, right? So what we have here is, we have the usual, the urban leagues, the NAACPs, it's a lot of little. There's this one called Acers. These Pan Africans, they done clicked up with creating like an area I grew up in from a child. They're helping them, like West Africans, integrate into our community. Just crazy stuff. Even talking about, they're even having conversations about the wealth gap. And talking about how they're going after the wealth gap. These individuals. So you can kind of see who's controlling the politics just based off their positioning. And a lot of our youth leaders, they have gotten millions of dollars for these what is it called, crime prevention, gun prevention programs, these crime prevention programs. And none of them have put anything back. I don't even know any type of organizing or youth initiatives that they've done. Nothing. Just, and so now Keith Ellison is going after them. He wasn't going after nobody until the Somalians got busted. Now he's filed a lawsuit against some church, some black church, basically saying that the money went on luxury this and luxury that. So yeah, you guys should see this now. Keith Ellison, he's going after everybody now. He got lawsuits for everybody, especially the black community, the real black community.
Okay. Manny.
What's happening, everybody? How everybody doing today?
Hey, where you from? What's your ethnicity?
Black American, FBA all day, bro. How you doing?
I'm good. What's your thoughts on the prompt?
I can't see the whole thing though. Like I can't see the part.
I can start it. It says, why do Pan Africans and melanated immigrants expect Black Americans to take the high road when Black Americans are being disrespected by Africans, Caribbeans, Hispanics, etc.?
It seems like a lot of people seem to have this weird concept in their mind where they feel like Black Americans are docile to disrespect and expect us to just bend over and just take a beating or something. When our whole culture has always been about resistance, no matter if they white tea or melanated people. And I think they starting to get a pretty much getting their wake up call. And it seems like I don't know, it seems like they starting to realize that we're not soft people. We're very like stern stern are like who we are. You know what I'm saying? And I think they finally getting that wake up call. It's pretty much fuck around and found out, and they finding out pretty much right now.
Right. Okay. I agree with that.
And one thing that I feel like what we need to do as a people, we need to start like supporting some like grassroots politicians to get into these seats, so the narrative can't be changed and we can't be ethnically erased from our own culture. That's what I feel like we should like move forward far as this delineation movement is concerned. And I'll land there.
Okay, thank you. Well, yeah, that is starting to happen. It's a lot of people starting to really get invested in local politics in their area. So the message is reaching people all over the country.
I have a question though. Is there anybody that's like that's in the forefront as far as like mainstream media that's from the grassroots, if in any capacity? Because I've been trying to like see who we should support,
I don't
far
really
as
see.
like running for president and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I don't really see too many people on the forefront of that. But just check your whatever area you live in. Look at your local politicians and what their agendas are.
Absolutely. You guys have a nice day.
Okay, you do the same.
Yeah, I was also on Twitter, and there was a couple of rooms, and I noticed a couple of the rooms was interesting enough about this HATE thing. So I think this is something that is have it's organized, right? I don't think this is something that's kind of like coincidence. Like they're basically trying to frame, and we seen this. You remember, Cool? They did this with ADOS. You remember? Oh, he don't. So we're aware of this. How they try to label us and what that labeling looked like, because we saw it firsthand when we start organizing under ADOS, and we saw how they start putting out all types of hit pieces on ADOS, trying to form them as a HAT group. And now I see it ramping up on FBA, that nomenclature that we've been rallying around. And so I do think it's coming from the DNC, because the conversation is too robust, and it's, you see it on multiple platforms. People asking questions about FBA becoming or is considered a HATE group. Have you been seeing that? Like a lot of topics, conversations about it.
I've been seeing some on here, but that's really it. Just on TikTok with these, and it's mainly like the Africans and the Pan Africans that's doing it. They don't really have anything valid they could say to make it an H group,
Mm-hmm.
because
Right.
I mean the only thing that we are doing is we're delineating from the rest of these melanated groups, but we're not harming anyone. But
Right.
to them it comes off as H for some reason.
I don't think it comes off for anything. I think they're very intentional. Like I said, because we observed this with how they start murmuring about ADOS. So I think it's just a discrediting tactic.
Right, and
Like
I
you
mean
said, they don't really have no concrete evidence. It's just a smear campaign.
And yeah, and as far as it come to ADOS, they are more like the Dr. King, like non-violent type. Like they don't get into these same conversations that we having.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I really couldn't join, because I'm a little bit too radical. But to
Yeah.
try to make them an age group was really nuts because
I know. I know, but they did, and like I said, it had nothing. Like you said, they were even more subtle than, and they still tried to discredit them. And I saw the hit pieces put out by Harvard and etc. So I know that it's a smear campaign. I saw how they smeared her name and everything, and she was like trying to fight back, but the noise was so loud to the point that's why she made the choice that she made, because she didn't want to be labeled as that, so
right.
they pulled back, they pulled all the way back.
Yeah, they still, they're still working though. Under it's a little quiet, but yeah, they still building
They
chapters in
changed
different.
they do, they good, but they did change that mission statement. I don't know if you went
They
and
did
had discussed. Yeah, they
what?
did. It was some wording like
Oh,
African descent, basically saying that they are not against immigrants. It
yeah.
was something. You got to go read the mission statement thing,
Yeah,
but
but
they
that
definitely changed it.
that kind of that was already their stance though from the jump. I mean, they wasn't, like I said, when it comes to delineation, we are hardcore. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, ADOS wasn't never like that. They was, I guess they still label melanated immigrants as like other black people and stuff like that. So yeah, I did read. I read it. I read it. We used to talk about it on in the Twitter Spaces.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't see how they can consider us a HATE group if we're not out there harming people. I mean, when I heard that out, that was amazing to me. But I guess in their eyes, if we don't support the Democratic Party and don't support them, that's HATE, and that's the furthest from the truth.
right.
But at the same time, go tell that to a YT man. They're not gonna say that. If I don't want,
One talking point that I've been kicking Democrats ass with, right? You guys love this. They when they let us start talking about racism and discrimination and all this stuff, right? And then as soon as you start talking about Latinos identify as white, they don't have nothing to say. Oh, guys, y'all know I've been in. I don't know if y'all know this, but I've been in those white tea rooms. These, I think this over the weekend. I've seen a lot of rooms about titled, Black Americans are, racist or whatever, or we're the most racist group. Then I found out it was an Asian that that headed the room. So I'm really ready to, put some belt to ass with them right now. They really piss me off, Asians and these spicy whites. Spicy whites, that's what we call them.
At first, they just fighting for the dollar. That's all that is. Let's see, it wasn't this past Friday, but it was the Friday before that. Um, I was talking to my daughter. I said, Lord, I just can't get my I need to wear some sandals. She said, Mom, go on and get your feet done. She said, I know you don't like giving your money away to other groups, but go on and get your feet done. And I went on a Saturday for us. And you know how it is at the nail salons on Saturdays. I mean, it's packed, right?
It's packed,
I walked in there and there was 3 people and they sat me down right away. And that's it. I mean, is that we're just not spending our money. That's not HATE. And they tried to label us that because, we're not out there fighting for them. A lot of us are not supporting their businesses. So,
Yep.
so they want to label it that. And that's not HATE. And as for the Africans, I can't see how they can even say, well, I know me personally, I have never eaten African food. I have never had no desire to try it.
Hey, did you see that Charleston White video where the African guy tried to give him some African food?
No.
He asked him, he said, have you ever had African food? And then he handed him the food and then Charleston White put it down. And he said, I ain't never had it. I ain't gonna ever have it today. That shit was funny. But if I find it, I'm gonna repost it. But that shit was
Yeah,
hilarious.
he ignorant.
Yeah, I don't agree with Charleston White on much, but when he said that he wasn't no, he said I ain't no ugly. Listen, I'm not gonna say the other word after, but y'all know what I'm saying. But that's what he said. That was hilarious.
He did a couple of videos talking about some, I ain't no ever. So he just been ramping up about who he, his identity. I can see a lot of them starting to um basically come around or start talking about Black American issues, especially with this recent influx of different foreigners.
Yeah, yeah.
Drewski.
Yes, I saw
Of
it.
course, he's the most funniest. He's the hilarious one. Yeah.
Talking about the black Brits.
Yeah, I didn't really think that the skit was funny, but the messaging was good.
Mm-hmm.
The messaging was real good because we've
You
been
ain't think
talking
it was
about this.
funny?
Not at all.
You ain't hear when he was trying to act like he was just the best actor. You didn't see that when he was just
Yeah,
like, "Oh
yeah.
yeah, I really challenged that. Yeah, I really tried. I did that. You like how I did that? Like it was hilarious." I was
Right.
like, "This nigga ain't nobody safe for Drewski."
Right. I seen a picture though where he had a small hat, so people speculating that he might do a skit about that soon.
Man, them me no black, them Brazilians, him doing that salsa, that shit was so funny.
Yeah.
I said, me no black. Oh my god, he fucking them all up. I love it. I said, you can tell he from our lineage. And nigga, he ain't taking no prisoners. I'm waiting on him to come out with more.
Now I haven't seen that one. I'm gonna have to go through and kind of
I
look.
think this is a good look for him, tying, his skills into with politics. David Chappelle was like that too. That's why he got a lot of favor too, and he was considered. He was actually funny too, but he also used to tie in political or cultural, conversations and stuff. I love how David Chappelle's, set up
Yeah,
his skit.
right. And they can't say that he's just picking on other people because he actually went in on the black churches.
Yeah, he been talking about everybody. But see, the thing that Dave Chappelle did that I didn't like was that reparation skit. I did not like it. Did y'all ever see that?
I never seen that.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it on YouTube.
I did.
I didn't think that shit was funny at all. And all that shit did was give YT people talking points. And I was like, this shit is gonna come back to bite us later on. I'm about to find a new time slot, y'all. I don't know if it's gonna just be the afternoons, but it's a lot of different panels that we all have like the same audience. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get out here and go to this gym. Have to go to this gym. You gonna be back on a little bit later, Matunde?
I might go back on it after. I'm trying to I gotta map out I'm gonna try to find a different time slot than 9 o'clock because it's a lot of different lives that open up around that same time. So I will see. I'm gonna do a little bit of research on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I might come back in the afternoon. I'm
All
not
right.
shut down just yet, but I might be back later.
All right. I'll be scrolling through these Twitter spaces later on.
Okay. All right. Have a good
All
one.
right.
Thank you.
All righty.
Frank Thompson died last night in his sleep. Our top story, as we all know, Congress recently approved paying over $1 trillion to African Americans as reparations for slavery. Well, today, the first checks were sent out. Wendy Mullen is standing by live in Queens with more. Wendy?
Thanks, Chuck. We're standing here in front of the Olympic Liquor Store in Queens where scores of African Americans have been lined up for hours. We spoke to a few of them earlier. Ladies, may we get a word?
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. What you broke?
Sir, now that you've got your check, do you plan on quitting your job driving this truck?
Truck driver. I ain't no truck driver. I'm a janitor.
Janitor?
That's right, baby. I just bought this truck straight cash. Then I got enough cigarettes to last me and my family for the rest of our lives. I'm rich.
So, Chuck, as you can see, it's been a pretty amazing day. Back to you.
Well, these checks aren't just affecting things on Beach Street. Wall Street is having a big day as well. Our financial correspondent, Michael Peterson, is there. Michael, what's happening?
Chuck, a lot of activity, as you can imagine, here on the market. These people are spending money like hotcakes. Get this, Sprint stock has skyrocketed after the news that 2 million delinquent phone bills have been paid just this morning. Incredible. Gold is way up. Diamonds are at their most expensive level ever. Catchphrase around here is certainly bling bling. Oil has dropped to $1.50 a barrel. while chicken shot to $600 a bucket. Amazing news there. Just about everything on the market is up. However, watermelon is surprisingly flat to find many analysts out there. Chuck, get this. 8,000 record labels have been started in the last hour. Incredible. Cadillac announced that they sold 3 million Escalade trucks this afternoon alone. It's incredible, Chuck. These people just seem to be breaking their necks to give this money right back to us. Folks, I am happy to report that the recession is now officially over, and we have nobody to thank but all these black people with their taste for expensive clothes, fancy cars, and, of course, gaudy jewelry. Chuck, I can't believe my ears. The news just keeps rolling in here. I've just been told that Fubu is now the world's largest corporation after merging with Kentucky Fried Chicken. Just another amazing development on an already amazing day, Chuck.
Flabbergasting. A truly wild day that none of us will ever forget, no matter how hard we try. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, the crime rate has fallen to 0%. How could that be? Did the Mexicans get money today, too?
That was funny right there. But I really think that this skit came back to bite us when we really started talking about reparations. All right, y'all. We'll catch y'all later. I might open up a live in the evening, but I'm gonna figure out a different time slot to open up the lives. All right, y'all. Peace.